Man. Welcome to Bucket City. We got JT, y'all all know him, but we got two special guests today. We got my man cousin Marcus, the special kid, and Dub, Mr. Nastiness over here. This gonna be a very nasty episode, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna get nasty.
Y'all in for
I already
a
know it
roller
is.
coaster ride. After what I just heard, did Jimmy Buckets attempt a good or bad shot? Go ahead, cousins. What
Hold
you
on,
think?
hold
Go
on.
ahead, real.
I got listen. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to my man cousin. That's my big brother right there. If y'all on Clubhouse, y'all know the
Hold on, time out. What? Yo, no,
that's
you
Yo,
my
said that live.
that's my
Y'all
No
brother.
way,
That's
start,
you
my
just
y'all
said
big
shit
that
brother.
live.
already.
No way. Nah.
That's my brother.
Yo, you need a
It's a
tech for that, my boy.
nah.
Now
That's
Jimmy
you
my
gotta
Jimmy
big
step
took
it
brother.
up.
Jimmy
Go
took
ahead,
a
cut.
bad shot. Jimmy took a bad shot. I get the mentality of going for the
Oh,
win. I get it, and I don't. I even respect it because he had been on fire. He went for it. I respect. I just think like in watching the game when I seen him pull it, I was like, it's not going in. It looked off. It didn't like
It looked
he
flat.
didn't.
It looked flat.
Yeah, it was flat. He didn't look confident in it. It's not, and that's just not the shot like that. I really want Jimmy taking. Like, plus we down two. Go to the Al Horford down there, dog. You still Jimmy Butler. You take it down there, take it to the rack, dog. Get your two. I ain't even gonna talk about whether or not you get draw the foul and get the and one. Go to the rack, dog. That was a rough shot.
I
I didn't
think.
like
I
it in the
think.
moment at all.
I think as. I think as fans, like, and as people who are just watching the game, because me personally, when I watched it, I was like, bro, that's a bad shot. Like I said it, and I've hooped before, but in that same breath, I think I know instinctually. You feel me? Like you see the time, the shit's just ticking, ticking, ticking. You think it's so much going through your head. It's game seven. The clock's running down. We down two. I've been on fire. I think anybody, if you just put yourself, if you switch brains with Jimmy, not knowing what we just seen, not watching the game, I think anybody in that position takes that shot. Like it's personally, he should have taken it to the rack. As us watching, he should have taken it to the rack. But in that moment, nah, like I see every reason why I don't think anybody else would have gone to the rack. I honestly think literally any other star player, Bron, Curry, KD, yeah, I think well maybe not Giannis, but he's probably the only one that probably would have took it to the rack. Everybody else, I think they probably would have yanked it. So I can't call it a bad shot, even though I want to.
What you think, Dub? Since you the Heat fan.
I'm just mad we didn't save it for the last shot. I'm not mad at Jimmy taking a three late in the game. I'm not mad at that. I never will be, especially when he has it going for himself like that. I just wanted them to have the last shot and kill the shot clock. We have 14 seconds left. We didn't really need to rush it like that. But I mean, the whole team wanted him to rush it. So I mean, that's more of a team thing. Eric Spoelstra was saying, "Yo, go, 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 go." So it's like, I mean, when everybody's telling you to go, it's hard not to go. So I'm not mad at the shot. I don't. It's not really a right or wrong answer. I just would have saved it for. I would have saved it for the last shot. That's all.
Hey, real, you think it was a good shot or a bad shot, real?
I think it was a good shot. I think it was a good shot, bro. Cause we seen him games before that hit a side turnaround three. Like we've seen him hit weird shots, and the only thing that I think that we having a conversation of it's not a good shot because he missed, but if he would have made it, would have been like, yo, look how clutch that shot was. Look how look how good he is. He had that confidence. Like so I think it was a good shot, bro. And then on top of that, like I've been saying this whole time, I'm not like even at the end of the game, if I'm a coach, I don't trust him to shoot a 3-pointer because I don't think Jimmy Butler's a 3-point shooter. But they just need a better scorer. Like I just think I've always believed that team need a better scorer, like a Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine, a Donovan. They need somebody else that can score because if they would have had somebody like that, I would have trusted the ball in their hands more than Jimmy because I think they might would have got a better shot off, or the shot would have just looked better. I'd have trusted any of them shooting the 3-pointer. But I don't think that was a bad shot at all, bro. I'm happy that he took it, even though that he missed it. If he would have missed it or he would make it, I'm happy that he took it because he's the best player on the team. But that's simple
Rose,
for me.
good or bad shot, Rose?
I feel like that was a bad shot because I don't think he had the legs for the shot, and I just felt like he did something. Yes, real, you the best player, but I mean, if he would have drove, not saying that, like he could have possibly got fouled. The defense collapsed. He could have kicked it to a better 3-point shooter. You just never know what you could have did in that situation. I just don't trust him shooting that shot that late in the game for the
So
series.
now, so now we know how playoff basketball is called. Sometimes you don't get that call. Sometimes you don't get that call at all. They'll just let it go down and be like, "Well, you missed it." Or we've seen it happen to one of the greatest players of all time. We've seen LeBron kick out to a wide open person and they miss a game winning 3-pointer. Then it's like, oh, you're the best person on the team. Why did you not take the shot? Why did you not? Bro, you got to understand. He got to bite this bullet. Either he took it, he didn't take it. Even if he would have took it, they would have lost. But we looking at it in an aspect that they would have win, bro. Me personally, I'm comfortable with him taking that shot. Because if he would have passed it to, let's say, Duncan Robinson and he would have missed, I, you think they would have sat there and be like, well, he made a good decision when
Yes, they
LeBron
would have.
made a good.
Yes, they would
Are
have.
are
Yes,
you
No.
they would
are
have.
you okay with him taking the last shot or that last shot?
Who Jim? I'm okay with him taking the last shot, bro.
No, that shot or the last shot.
That shot, I'm okay with him taking it.
You. And again, I feel like if you would have kicked it to an open Duncan Robinson, just for your example that you said, people wouldn't be killing him like they are right now. They would have been like, he made the right play. Duncan Robinson missed a wide open three.
I don't know. We can say
And
that.
and you only down
And
two,
that's all
and,
I'm.
and you don't need three. I mean, you need three to win, but you don't need three. You down two. You go to
So
the
if he
Anybody
would
rack.
have
think
You
drove,
get you go to the rack. You get your layup. Tie game. Get a stop. Make a shot.
but the thing I automatically assuming is that he makes the layup or he gets the foul. What if he gets blocked?
It is what it is. I mean, that's a
does he?
risk. It's risking every shot you take. I'm saying to
I,
me, the smartest, the most high percentage shot for Jimmy Butler, not for anybody, but for Jimmy Butler. Yeah, it's Al Horford down there. Take it to the rack. If that's Giannis, if that's Rudy Gobert, if that's Brooke Lopez, then yeah, you probably want to pull up. I don't trust that, but it's Al Horford, dog. I'm taking my like you're Jimmy Butler. Go to the rack.
and then
Did,
plus, I was just my thing is like this. When have we ever looked at Jimmy Butler as like this 3-point shooter? And then late in the game
never.
with no leg.
But he was been going crazy for the whole series. I mean, for the whole playoffs. So it's like just the last game he had like 4 3. So fuck it, like fuck it. It's Jimmy, bro. That's the main guy of our team. There's nobody else to go to. Duncan Robinson isn't there to alleviate some 3-point shooting. Tyler Hero's hurt. It's like fuck it, shoot it, bro. I don't know who else to give the ball
Um,
to.
so like okay.
Do any of y'all think Jimmy Butler was tired? That's why he shot the three instead of
Yes,
driving to the
he
basket
looked
because he was
tired.
just out of
He
gas.
had looked tired at the beginning of the game, but I came into this series not believing like the will of Jimmy Butler. Like that's what I've been preaching like since the series has ended. Is like I came into the series thinking, all right, he's good, but once he sees the defense like that stopped Kevin Durant, who has stopped Kyrie Irving, who has stopped not stopped Giannis, but minimized his effect. I just thought like there's no way Jimmy's gonna just be able to will himself to this series, and he almost did. So like I don't know. Like it's just his willpower, his just to say I want to win so fucking bad. I can't, bro. Like I just can't. Like that's some shit I've never seen before. Honestly, as far as me watching basketball, I've always seen players who are good. Like I know what their game is. I know they're good 3-point shooters. I know they're good mid range shooters. Jimmy, it's all heart. Like it's all heart, and that shit is just amazing to me. That's amazing.
Jason Tatum is better than Melo.
Yo, go
Then
about your business,
He
Rel.
found a
Like
way to slander Melo every chance he get.
every
Nah,
episode
nah,
you gonna
nah.
find one.
So cousins, look. I had made a
Oh
video
my
about it on
god.
TikTok, and everybody was like,
Oh my
"Yo, bro,
god.
you bugging, yo, bro." All I'm saying is that they put up the same points. One got farther. Not like one played a less defense, and they both had a 20+ point score with them on their team.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Rel, nobody's caping for Melo on this show. You already know that.
Nobody, like literally
Yeah,
nobody.
he acting like it's a defender here that he got to go against.
oh no, I know
Nobody.
it's not a defender.
In a vacuum, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at
you
it.
always trying to slander Melo every single chance you get, bro. Get over it. Let that heart
He
go. Let that
he
hurt
was
go.
supposed he was
He
supposed to be the
he's
Nick
looking.
savior.
He's like the Joker looking for his Batman. Like
No,
he's just gonna keep saying it until he find a Mellow fan that's just gonna go back and forth with him. Like he's just gonna keep doing it. Like nobody here is a Mellow fan, bro.
So
No,
so
I
this
already
hey,
no, no,
Marcus,
I already no. See the difference between that. I already found the Mellow fan, and I beat him at it too. Shout out to my man, Fat Man.
What you say, Dub?
I came here mainly because you guys were saying that Jason Tatum is better than Kevin Durant.
oh my god. Now we open up this can of
I
worms. No
need, I need, like, bro,
JT,
come on,
that's for
bro.
you.
Yeah,
Hold
y'all
on,
need
who
to
He's
said
the
start.
regular.
Jason Tatum is better than Kevin Durant? What you mean, like right now?
No one has said that, but I said Jason Tatum is ranked higher than Kevin Durant for this season. I said that
You
religiously.
yeah, coming into next season, yeah, I have Kevin Durant ranked higher. I mean, Jason Tatum ranked higher than Kevin Durant.
Kevin
No,
Durant.
I ain't saying going into next season. I'm saying
Oh no.
ranking the players this season. Jason Tatum had a better season. Jason Tatum was a better player than Kevin Durant this season.
This is why.
This
This is
season he
why.
was.
This is why
Yeah,
I hate
for
the this
sure.
season argument. And when we have these conversations, when
Now
we
he
sit
sound
here
like
and ask,
Taz.
right, who's the better player? We don't say
That's a
who's the
boring
better
conversation.
player. That's not a boring conversation.
That's
How's that
boring. We know
boring?
Kevin
Yeah,
Durant's better. That's boring. All right, Kevin Durant's
yeah.
better.
Bro.
End the
So you
conversation.
know this. So you know this. So why are we even
So
talking?
so
Why are
Dub,
we even
who's the
talking? Why are we?
Dub? If that's
No,
your
hold on,
if
real.
that
Hold on,
is
real.
your
Hold on, real. Hold on, real. See, you see how much we're gonna have. We about to enter nasty zone just because I said Jason Tatum had a better season than Kevin
Okay,
Durant.
I'm
You,
gonna ask
you,
you
you
this.
won't.
I'm,
Going by your logic, who's the better player? Kevin Durant in the conversation. That's boring. That's
How's that
boring. We
boring?
know.
Because
We
Give
we
me a
know
quick
all
Kevin
take.
we
Durant's
all
better. That's
know
boring.
Because there's no
we
conflict
all
about
know
it.
we all know that Jason Tatum he made the first team All NBA team, which is fine. I mean, KD got hurt and everything. KD was having an MVP year, but it's cool. You feel me? JT played more games, second seed, all that. Cool. He deserved that. So that's boring too. Well, I talk the better player argument is probably more exciting because you had a
No,
bunch of stuff to say about that. But
ain't no
I
case for
do.
Jason
I
Tatum.
guess somebody made you walk it back. So it's
no,
cool.
my
I'm
Ain't
not
no
whole thing.
walking
take back.
nothing back. I never walked any of my takes back. No,
Oh,
I've
Doug,
never
we
walked
don't do
nothing back.
walkbacks on this show. We
I
don't
don't walk
believe in
back.
those. Well, I
But,
I
but,
don't
don't.
walk back.
I say stand. I don't
Well,
give
I
a
don't
damn
walk
about
back.
any of that.
He's
hold on,
coming
hold
I
on.
don't walk
completely
back.
differently. He's coming completely differently now than he did on Clubhouse. That's all.
No,
My
you
question to you,
interpreted. No. You've always
but
interpreted it wrong. Like I've never said Jason Tatum is better than Kevin Durant. I've never said that. I've always said Tatum outplayed KD. Tatum was better than KD in that series. Tatum has been better than KD this season. I've never said Tatum is better than KD. Point blank. Period.
I
I've
need to get
never
my.
said that.
I think I need to get my ears and my eyes
You
Oh
checked
might
my
have
with
to.
God,
Steph
ears
You
Curry
might.
and
and
this
eyes go
Clubhouse thing
crazy.
because that's not what I heard.
You
Listen.
might.
All
You
I'm
might
saying,
have
So
to.
my
so
fault.
Dub
Go ahead.
Dub
Go.
do you at least concede that this year Tatum has been better than KD?
I wouldn't argue against that. I mean, he made All NBA team, first team. I would never debate about
Okay.
that against him.
So
So let me so.
so next season, right? What would he or what would he have to do to be better than to just be straight up better? Like Tatum is better right now.
I think it will mainly have to be on how Kevin Durant performs. How Kevin Durant.
So next year, so if he has another season like next year and he's better than KD next year too, then will you be like, yeah, it's like it's cooked, it's Tatum.
Possibly, but I mean, Kevin Durant was on one this year. Like he was. He had
He
that
said
4 games
possibly.
this year that you feel me, he got swept by the Celtics. It is what it is. But besides that, the regular season, KD was going nuts. So I'm sitting here like, all right, next year if Kevin Durant digresses and then Jason Tatum keeps ascending, I'm like, okay, I can see that. But I have to see that first in order for
What
me.
if what if next season is like a carbon copy of this season?
Oh, it'll be hard for me to. Yeah, it will be hard for me to say that Jason Tatum's better.
You
It'll
said
just
it
be
would
hard.
be or it wouldn't.
Oh, it would be. It would be hard for me to say that.
I mean, so how many in general? Like, how many seasons do I need to be better than you before I'm just better than you?
A whole decade.
Well, I think Jason Tatum right now. Jason Tatum right now. If Kevin Durant played the whole entire year, he possibly would have won MVP.
And and this is what I wanted to ask Dub. Like, by this logic, where you have LeBron ranked at?
Three.
Number 5.
Let's please,
Number
please,
3?
no, please, not
Number
yet.
three.
Please.
All right,
So
next
hold
topic
Yo,
on,
this,
before
hold
this
no,
get
yo,
no,
nasty.
so
Next
no,
yo, it
topic
ain't
before
been
stop.
you get
15 minutes
nasty.
yet. It
No,
ain't been
Oh,
15
no,
minutes yet.
stop,
no,
Please,
no,
please,
no,
please.
stop,
no,
Not
stop,
because
LeBron.
stop,
No.
Josh,
stop,
no,
stop,
let me do
stop,
this.
stop, stop. So, who's the
Can we
three people you
can we
have
stay
ahead of
on
him?
Can we stay on
Who?
KD real quick? Can we stay on KD real
No,
quick?
I'm just trying to understand your logic. If like, how long do they have to be better than that person to be better? Because
Well,
who's the
let him
three?
ask.
Who's
Let him answer my
This-
initial question first. I just
So
want to know how many years a
so
person
this
got
is
to be
my
better.
point. This is my point with Kevin Durant and even LeBron James.
Oh my
LeBron James
God, you
played
got her
55
started.
games this year on a team that was terrible. I think people are sitting here and looking at the team's success and trying to equate that to the player's talent. When I'm looking at LeBron and Kevin Durant, I still look at them at the same talent level as what they were last year. So if I see that there, Jason Tatum got better mainly on the defensive side of things. I don't think he didn't make a crazy jump to go near Kevin Durant or LeBron James.
I don't think.
If LeBron and AD and Russ was healthy all year, they probably would have made it to a fourth or fifth seed. If Kevin Durant and Kyrie played the whole entire year, or James Harden didn't get traded, they probably would have went to the Boston Celtics. You feel me?
No,
So
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Boston
I
Celtics.
can't say that. I can't say that, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Russ played 70 plus games.
he did.
AD played 30 something, maybe 40. Brian played 55, like you said. So that means virtually every single game, the Lakers had two guaranteed superstars on their team on the floor at one point in time. And
Russ is a superstar still.
okay, let's say that Russ may not be a superstar, but he's still a top 30, top 25 player, top whatever you want to call
25,
it.
I don't know.
They still regardless, it was either Russ and AD on the floor or Russ and LeBron on the floor, and just those two players on the floor on the same team, that's more talent than a lot of teams in the NBA. I just think, regardless, there's no excuse for y'all not even winning 40 games. They
Well,
didn't even
LeBron.
win 40
So
games.
again,
The
Okay,
Washington Wizards.
I'll say this. When we look at the talent of that team and we really like pay attention to it, the Lakers defense. We talk about talent on defense. There was almost zero. The defense was terrible. The issues wasn't really for them scoring the ball. The
The
issues
Hornets don't have any
they
defense.
couldn't stop anybody. On top of that, LeBron James only played 55 games. So if LeBron James played 72 games, because I'm saying he's still missing time, so 72 games or even 70 games, they probably make the play in, and they possibly make some playoffs too. Because I really think the Lakers could beat the Pelicans in a playing game.
Okay, I got a
So with
question.
that, so with that logic, you think there was just no possibility for the Lakers to at least make the 10 seed, even with LeBron playing just 55 games?
I think it was just something extremely difficult to do, and I don't think we have to point the fingers on LeBron like that and negate him as a player when he sat there on the court balling out. There's something that we didn't know that he was still capable of. The dude was going nuts still. Kevin Durant was going nuts still. They both got hurt, and that's why we kind of have this
I just can't give them a pass for that because Paul George played 36 games. Kawhi played 0 games. Norman Powell, I think, played 4 games for the Clippers, 4 or 5 games. He didn't play more
Ah,
than 20.
I remember
And they
this.
won.
I had debates with you guys about the fucking Clippers early in the season. I don't know if it was you or somebody
Okay,
else. And I told y'all this. I told y'all that the Clippers, if we really look at the Clippers team, they were average. They were an average team. They could sit here and succeed without their stars. The Clippers with a well-coached Tyronn Lue, they have better role players on that team. So it's fine. Like, I'm cool with that. They're a better
Over a
team.
team
okay, no,
with LeBron James or AD and Russell Westbrook on the floor. They were
So you're
that
making this.
team.
You're just making this a name thing instead of how the team's playing
Okay,
together.
okay.
It's just a
I don't
name
care.
thing. That's all you're doing.
I don't care about that. You said LeBron is the third
Ooh,
best player still in the world right now.
Yes,
Okay, so
ooh,
who's
Lord.
number two?
KD and Giannis.
Oh Lord.
So now,
Okay,
see,
okay,
this is
okay.
why.
Where do you have
Hold
Jokic?
on, Rose.
No. Where do you have Jokic?
He don't like Jokic. Can't you tell?
Seven or eight
Nasty work.
7 or 8?
or six.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Dub down
Hold on.
bad right now. He
No,
down
no,
bad.
no. Hold on. This is why I asked him, how many years does a player have to be better than another player to be above him? Because how many years Kevin Durant been better than LeBron?
One maybe.
How many years Kevin Durant been better than LeBron?
One or two. Two. I'll say two.
Okay, so
What
let
two?
me ask you a
What
question. The
2 years?
so the
LeBron
last
Last
two
year,
2 years?
last
so
year and this year.
Mm-hmm.
so the last
Oh,
years
Two
has
years.
Jokic
Oh,
LeBron?
last year and this year.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate.
he's
Yeah,
been. What about
yeah.
his MVP year? Y'all don't think he was better than LeBron that year?
I
See,
was
I
Not
don't
for
terrible,
care
the
bro.
about.
MVP
I
year.
don't
not
care about no damn MVPs. I
yeah,
call
not
players.
counting the playoffs.
Kevin Durant
No.
has
So
always been right behind. I think Kevin
hold on.
Durant has always been right
So
behind
Kevin
LeBron
Durant
James.
became better than LeBron James these last 2 years.
Yes.
Yo, bro, it
That's
takes
nasty.
two. It takes two.
But then if
No,
that's
that's I don't think
You
that's
don't
that's
understand.
nasty.
You don't even
logic though.
understand what's even so
Last
funny
2 years.
because
But
when
That's
we sit
the
here and
crazy.
look
logic.
at when we look at Kevin Durant has always been right behind LeBron James every single year they've been in the league together.
His
So the
two
last
most
2 years
important
where
years.
Kevin Durant upped his game within the last two seasons where LeBron kind of degraded a little bit, that's where the edge came from. So what are we even talking about?
Okay.
Because last year you can the same all of you want to use all of these hurt arguments when it's on the team aspect. Last year, fine, I even give you last year Kevin Durant over LeBron James. This year, you want to talk about hurt? They play the same amount of games. I think what you want to talk about the more impactful. You can still give me LeBron 38.
Whoa,
Like, what do
Whoa,
you want
bro.
to talk about?
Now it's about to
Look,
get
okay,
nasty in
so
here.
look,
Here y'all go, get
I
nasty.
have a problem with this. Has Jokic been the best, better than LeBron the last 2 seasons?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
not crazy to say.
Yes,
Nobody's gonna argue that.
clearly.
So
yes.
so how
He
do you
may,
have LeBron above Jokic?
he may
How do
have
you have Jokic still at 7 if
again
he's a two-time?
he may have performed better, but I think LeBron James is just a better player.
How long do you have to, like that? That goes back to
What?
Cousins' question.
How?
How long
How?
do you
And
have to
what metric?
perform
What
better?
metric are you using to say that LeBron James is still better in the last 2 seasons than Nikola Jokic?
The
LeBron
eye
James,
test over everything, bro.
LeBron James is still a guy who can score at a high rate. LeBron James is still a guy who play makes at a high level.
Jokic does
LeBron
that.
James,
Jokic does that.
when we sit here and talk about if
He's
you
not a
give
bucket getter.
LeBron James on the right team with the good defensive pieces, he's not going to be a liability on defense. Jokic, I'm
I could
sorry.
say that for Jokic.
No, I'm sorry. The defensive
You
battle
just
between LeBron,
Dub before we
LeBron.
LeBron is a
hold on,
better
hold on,
defender.
hold on,
No,
hold
no,
on,
no,
Rose.
no. I'll tell you
Before
why. I'll tell you why, Marcus, is a
go
difference.
ahead.
Because LeBron James proved, specifically in 2020, in the beginning years of 2021, that he was not a liability on defense. He was still a good defensive piece to a team. But what happens is, when you sit here and talk about LeBron James, his main thing is effort. So when he's on a team like the Lakers was this year, he's not going to give as much effort as he used to be because he's sitting here looking at it like, no, I ain't got no help like that, so I'm not going to do it like that. It's a difference between LeBron James not having an effort to do something and Jokic having the incapabilities of being a good defender. That's why. That's why
He
it's a
was a
difference.
he was a plus defender this year.
Bro,
And
so you so let me
and
get this
these
straight. Let,
analytics are crazy. Like these
let me get this
analytics are
straight.
wild and out
Let
of
me,
What? Hold on, Rose. What analytics? I haven't said a word about analytics. So let's
because
not do the straw
because
man.
if we talk about Jokic's defense, that's all you're going to give me.
That's not all I can give you.
I thought you was just about to go into the numbers. If you wasn't, that's fine.
Why would
Yeah,
you do? Why would you assume that?
Because I thought
yeah.
that
He
was
didn't.
too
He didn't
low.
say nothing about analytics.
He takes great angles. He has extremely quick hands. He was top 10 in total steals. He has 3 game saving blocks this year. I'm pretty sure he has more steals and blocks combined than LeBron this year. He was a they I think the Nuggets defensive rating when he was on the court, there was a borderline top 10 defense
Bruh.
with no other quality defenders on his team. The best defenders on the team are Austin Rivers and Aaron Gordon, and both of them are probably max out at B minus, maybe. at the max. So I don't see how he. I don't see how
You're underrating the coaching of the Nuggets. Then
Oh,
I'm underrating
now,
the coaching of the Nuggets.
yes,
This is getting nasty and
The Nuggets
nasty. Oh
are
my god.
are
the goalposts keep just moving further
How is
and
it
further
goalposts?
and
Tell me
further from
why.
each
Tell
other.
me why. Since we want to make this a name thing, you want to make this a name thing. Why come the Clippers were still an average team? Because
Because
they didn't have nobody.
because
they had a really good supporting cast and they're extremely well coached.
because
So why can't it be the same for the Nuggets?
there's a
Why
team
can't
full of lockdown
No,
defenders.
that's fine. If you want to say the Nuggets are really well coached defensively, that's fine. Jokic has to be a part of that though, right?
he's a part of that for sure. But I'm
So
still
he's a
not.
so he could be
I'm
so I
not.
could say he's a plus defender then, right?
I'm not going to dismiss the fact on when I
Isn't
say
being
this.
coachable part of being good at something?
Yes.
Yes. What the hell does that have to do with his defense?
The fact that all I'm arguing is that he was a plus defender this year. He added to the defense more than he subtracted from it. He was a plus defender. That's
That's
it.
a fact.
I sit here and look at Jokic's defense compared to LeBron's defense on the perimeter. I think that LeBron's defense is better than Jokic is at rim protecting, in my opinion.
No, but it's not
Are
but now you
But
also
LeBron is
isolating it. But now
man.
you
I got
isolating
a
it to
question.
perimeter defense and rim protection. I'm just saying overall defense.
Overall
Jokic was a
defense, I'm still going with LeBron.
I got
Let,
a question. I got a
let,
question. I got a question. I got a question. I got a question. Who would you say had better defenders around him, LeBron or Jokic?
Jokic.
You say Jokic had better defenders around him?
Yes.
are you serious?
The Lakers were trash defensively. Are we really going to have this conversation? Everybody was getting beat off the dribble. Everybody.
I was really hoping for you to say it was about the same. I was really hoping
It's not
about
about
that
the same.
because neither of them have any good defenders
Again,
around
you're
them. Let's
making
just
this
be
a
honest.
name thing. You're making this
No, I'm not. No, I'm not
It's
making it a
wrong.
name thing. I'm just being honest. Like neither of them have anybody who's really good defensively. No, neither of them. Like neither team has a good defender on it.
But
And yet
the way
the
that the
Lakers
team
were
plays,
horrendous defense, like
the way that the
horrible.
Nuggets play team defense is better than it was for the Lakers.
But the
so who would
team
you
deep
say who would you say is the leader of the Lakers defense?
Anthony
Nobody,
Davis.
literally. Anthony
You
Davis was, but he was gone.
so the fact that even though LeBron is the better defender, if Anthony Davis is not there, the Lakers defense completely falls apart. Completely.
You
Like
asked me for the leader of the defense. I don't think LeBron's is the defensive leader of that team.
who's the best defender on the team if Anthony Davis isn't there?
Then it's LeBron James.
And who would you say was the Nuggets' best defender?
Jokic.
The Nuggets best.
Shit,
Yo, he in the corner. He's sweating. Y'all don't see him. He's sweating.
Oh, this
it gotta be Jokic.
It
this
really,
You ain't
it
got
really
nobody else.
is. It
Mm,
really is Jokic. It is Jokic.
I'm
He in
not
the
gonna give
corner.
it to Jokic.
Come
I
on.
know
Who you
you
gonna
don't
give it to?
want
Hold on,
to.
hold on.
I know you don't want to because it feels crazy.
Who
No,
is it?
are you
Check
gonna
the
say?
Compazzo?
line. Tell
Check
that
him.
man knock down his king. Tell him
Compazzo?
knock down his king.
Hold on. Are you
Will
gonna say
Barton?
it's like?
Hold on,
You gonna say it's like
I
Aaron
want to
Gordon?
hold on. I just want to ask one more question because you a
It's
Heat fan. Y'all a
Capazio.
great defensive team. If you had to pull one player from the Nuggets to help out y'all defense, who would you pull?
Capazio.
Nobody.
You have to. It's not. You can't say nobody to these type of
I'm
challenges.
not
You have to
picking
say.
Jokic. I'm not picking Jokic. There's no reason to pick Jokic. I have Bam out of body.
You have to, but you
No,
have to.
I don't have
You
to.
have to take somebody.
And I'm not picking Jokic.
okay.
So
Yo,
you just
Who you picking in? Who you
Gun,
picking? You're
you
not
have to
picking
or
Jokic.
you're
Who you pick?
fired. You
Gun
have
to
to or
your
you're
head. Who you
fired.
picking?
You're no longer the Heat GM. So are you just gonna turn in your resignation?
What are you talking about for defense? Are you serious? For defense, if I had
I'm
to pick
asking you.
anybody for defense on the Miami Heat team, I'm gonna pick Will Barton probably. I don't need,
Oh
I
my
don't need
god.
Jokic. Why the hell would I
Oh,
need Jokic there?
this is nasty,
Why would I
bro.
need
RJ
Jokic?
RJ Barrett is a better defender than Will Barton.
Bro,
Derrick Rose is a better defender than Will Barton.
why would I
No,
pick?
I like my cap.
Why would
this
I
is
pick?
sick.
Like my cap. Like my cap.
I'm not suggesting that Jokic is a better defender than Bam
Oh,
by any
bro.
stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying
Oh,
a
bro.
person who is a smart defender, who has a high IQ just in general, who
I
has
don't
extremely
need Jokic on the Heat.
I'm
So
not
who would I pick?
listen. I'm saying I'm not suggesting that he's better. I'm not suggesting defensively he's better than
PT.
well no, I would say he's better than Dwayne Dedman. I'm not suggesting that he's better then Bam. I'm saying of everybody on the Nuggets in the starting lineup, why would I not take the center who, yes, he lacks verticality. Yes, he doesn't have the fastest feet, but he has extremely quick hands, top 10 in total steals, ranks super high in like deflections, ranks super high in deflections, super high IQ, and I could potentially surround him with gun to my head are arguably the best defense in the league with a
And
great defensive coach. Why would I not take that over? Like what
the
else?
area he's gonna
What
and the area he's
like
gonna
what?
be in the low post, he's not a liability right there. He's not a
This is
liability in the low post.
this is the funny thing. Now you sit here surrounding him with a good defensive scheme in order to protect him. I'm just saying that
No, it's
Jokic,
not to protect him. It's
it
not
is
to
to
protect
protect
him.
him.
No, it's not a protection.
You just said
Everybody,
Protect
if
that
our white
because
NBA players,
you're trying
man.
to
We gotta
make the
protect
team,
the
you're
white
trying to
ones.
make the team as good as possible. Don't you want to just have a really good defensive team?
Jokic isn't going to come to my team for defense. He's coming to my team for offense. This is why I don't like
He
this.
gotta
I don't even
he
like
gotta
talking.
play defense, Doug. He gotta
He
play.
got to
This
play
ain't
defense because
football.
we all know why we're picking Jokic. If we're really going to sit here and really do that little nasty ass comparison, then we can sit here and pick a lot of guys. When we talk about bettering our defense, a ton of guys over Jokic. I'm talking about your Robert Williams, possibly even Clint Capella, Rudy Gobert, like Bam
You gonna name
Adebayo.
you gonna name motherfuckers that been defensive player of the year and all defensive first team. Of course, I'm gonna take them over Jokic defensively. Of
I
course,
named you a Clint Capella, DeAndre Ayton, and I'm
Clint
just
Capella been second team.
I'm naming
Yes,
off names
DeAndre
off
Ayton's a
the
good.
head.
Yes, I'm not suggesting that he's an elite defender at the center position.
Is DeAndre
So
Ayton a better defender than Jokic? Is he?
nah,
But
He about to say yeah. Dell about to say yeah.
Notice Noel is a better
Is
defender
he?
than Jokic, bro. But nobody's
yeah,
denying that.
he is too. I would give you that.
But nobody's
All I'm
saying
saying
that.
is he was a plus. All I'm saying is he was a plus
I don't
defensively on a
know.
team that talent wise didn't have really anything
But what does this have to do with LeBron James and Jokic?
bro. The
Why do
fact
you
that
even go
you
to
that
that?
have
they were in
LeBron,
similar positions and one was a plus on defense and one was a minus. That's my argument.
A big minus.
Big minus due to the
A
team that he was a
real
part
big
of.
minus.
no,
I
he
could
just
say the
was
same. I could say the same thing for Jokic. That if I looked at the team around him, it's nothing here defensively, but we got to make it work.
He
LeBron
got
was in
Will
the same
Barton.
position. When I look at what he got, I would have said, "Damn, yeah, this ain't much, but you got to make it work." One
Again,
made it work, the other didn't.
you're comparing the names thing, and you're really eliminating
I'm
the
not
oh,
positive
saying
thing.
names.
That's
all
I'm
right,
crazy.
bro.
saying just.
All
I'm
right,
just saying
If
straight.
we
If
we're really talking about, if we're really going to talk about the Nuggets and their defense, they're definitely way better coached. They have a way better team chemistry. They have way better defensive scheme than the Lakers. So that's the main reason.
okay. What
And
if
what
then
this was
Frank,
what?
20, if
hold
this
on.
was
I just
2013, do you think the Lakers would have a bottom tier defense?
If this
If that
was
was
2013
2013, bro,
LeBron
if that
James,
was 20,
that
if that
defense
was
would
20,
still be trash. That defense would still be trash.
if this
There's
was
nothing.
2013, Brian, on this
There,
Lakers team, that
that
defense will be
defense would
trash.
still be trash. There's nothing you can do about that. If
All
Rudy
right,
Okay,
Gobert's on that
all right,
team, that defense
all
would
right,
still
bro.
be trash.
We can
you
take
got it then. If you
you
truly
got it, bro.
believe that, you got it. You got it.
Subject.
Nobody.
That's essentially saying this is the worst defensive team like of all time.
How is that saying that?
Because you
Because you're essentially saying that no defender ever could fix
Philadelphia
that
tap
defense.
Sixers,
on
right?
this
When the
app.
Philadelphia Sixers is doing their whole little the process shit, right? You really think LeBron James could sit here and change the defense of that team
Yo,
when they were the
JT,
worst?
2013 LeBron when he was the best defender in the world? Hell fucking yeah.
Bro, don't lie now. Like, come
he
on,
bro,
bro.
said
what?
don't lie.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Bro, what?
That team would still be terrible defensively,
So
bro.
so
Bro,
this
do
is what
you
I'm saying.
understand
This is what I'm saying.
2013 LeBron, bro? He
And
played
that's
for
why
your Heat,
and
bro.
that's why I'm
I
saying you're
know he played
essentially
for the
saying
Heat, but
So
we're
and
now
not
that's
you
why I'm
we're
forgetting
and
not
what he
that's
did
we're not we're not
defensively. He
we're not
played there, bro.
This nigga spelled cap.
and
we're
that's
not
why I'm essentially saying that you're saying this is the worst defense because LeBron was playing at an
Yo,
all-time
I
great
hate this
defensive
nigga
level,
JT.
and you're saying he it's nothing he could do to fix that or even help it. So I'm saying,
I
okay,
think
this
y'all
is the worst
overrate
defense
I
ever
think
then.
y'all overrate no. I think y'all overrating the fact on how one player could sit here and change the whole defense
You
of a
ever heard of Rudy Gobert?
huh?
The Jazz had the number one defense last year. Everybody
Because
on
of
that
him
team is a
mainly.
cone. Mike Conley is a cone at this point of his career. Donovan Mitchell is a cone. Royce O'Neal, cone.
So you're
Bogdanovich,
doing the names
cone.
thing again.
Joe Ingles,
You're
cone.
doing the names thing
No,
again.
we're
You're
talking
doing
It's
the
not
about them
names.
defensively.
Hey,
We're talking
you're
about
doing the
them
names thing
defensively.
again. You're doing the
It's
names thing again
How is that names when we're talking about their defensive
because
skill?
because the Utah Jazz, what they did was they did put up a defensive scheme to sit here and move tell all the perimeter defenders to move all of the offensive players to Rudy Gobert. That's what it was, a defensive scheme.
Hold
that
on, I
made
got
it
him. Hold on,
work.
hold on, I
That
got him.
sounds
Exactly.
Because Rudy Gobert's a good rim protector. What do you mean?
That sounds crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That
LeBron
sounds
James-
crazy.
But you just said we overrating how much one person can impact defense.
LeBron James
He's the
on the
only
Sixers.
good defender on that
LeBron
team,
James
and they
on
have
the-
the number one defense in the league.
LeBron James on the Sixers because they take advantage of that in the playoffs. But LeBron James on the Sixers, right? I'm not saying that they will be just as they was before, but they're not going to be good. They're not even going to be close to being good. They're still going to be bad.
They will be a good team, a good defensive team.
You
How?
came
Do
out.
you
Hold on,
Because-
hold on, wait.
Because he was that good.
Do you even know the players that we had on our Miami team? Well, why made our defense so
He was
good?
that because he was that good. I know who was.
There's
I'm not
more.
saying he.
There's
I'm
more.
not saying he's.
Because
You
there's
said
more.
what?
There was more.
I
Than
know
just
that. I know.
You came out your wait. Hold on, wait. You came out your mouth and said we overrate how much one person can impact the team's defense. Right? That's what you said. Right?
Yes.
Yet
Oh,
when I talked about Rudy Gobert, you talked about how the defense funneled everybody to Rudy Gobert. He's their only good defender. But you just said how one person can we overrate how one person can affect defenses. He's the one person on that team that plays defense, and they have the number one defense in the league. So how is that overrating anything? One person can change your defense. It's literally proven,
What
and
happened?
you literally
What
gave an
happened?
example of it.
What happened in the playoffs? It got exposed, correct?
Right, because they
Yes,
don't have
the team-
anything else around
So
it.
how good is the defense really? How good is the defense really?
But wait, you're right. But let me explain why you just moved the goalpost, right? Because you said one person is not going to impact the team's defense tremendously like that. The Jazz had the number one defense in the league over the course of 82 games. 82 games. One person affected that defense to where they were the best in the league. One person. Because nobody else on the team can defend. But you just said one person's not going to affect defense, and you made the point for
I
me.
said
I
y'all.
even have to say it.
I said y'all overrate the fact on how drastic of a change that somebody could do that. I said y'all overrated.
Utah
Y'all
was never a
overrated
good
that
defensive
James.
team until
Because
Rudy
that
Gobert started blocking
that
shots.
Utah Jazz team is still a bad defensive team, and it gets exposed in the playoffs. Yes, it works in the regular
This
season,
room
but
stinks.
it still gets exposed. It's still not a good defensive team when we really look at it. LeBron James in that Sixers team.
So how
still
many?
gonna
So
be
how
a
many good
defensive
defensive
team.
teams are there in the league?
The number
How
one
many
ranked
good
defense
defensive
isn't a
teams
good
are there in the league?
defense.
It's a lot, bro.
this nigga
Are
gonna
the
say
Jazz
12.
one of them?
No,
Yeah.
2 plus 2 equals 4.
no, they're not.
So
This nigga over here count.
so what defenses in the league are good?
You got Dallas. You got Dallas. You have Phoenix. You have Miami. You have Boston. You have
Take Phoenix out.
Toronto.
Dallas is a better defending team than Utah.
Take Phoenix out. They got it. They got it. They got exposed. Luka dropped 27 on them in the first half of a game 7. They got
Smoke.
exposed.
Smoke.
Yo,
He
bro.
dumped
You
you
said-
down
they're
bad, bro.
You
So they're
said
not.
the Jazz get exposed, right? Because of what happens in the playoffs. So we gonna talk about exposure.
Exposure. You want to know why? Part of the reason why they was getting a lead like that because the
Let's go to
Phoenix Suns in
Chicago
Game
Bulls
7
podcast.
they could not score at all, and the Mavs was carrying the momentum. That was the main reason on why they was getting fucked up like that.
They got no rim
You
protector.
sure
Come
had
on,
nothing
Dub.
to do
They
with
have
them
no
giving
rim
up
protector.
27
No rim
points to one
protection.
player and a half?
Some of the defense, yes, but not all of it. Most of it was the fact.
I'm
that
not talking about them losing. I said nothing about them losing.
Most
I
of
said
it was because the Phoenix Suns. Let me ask you something. If you can't fucking score, right? What does that lead to? Fast break points, correct? What does that lead
The
to?
Miami,
You
the
carry.
Miami
not
Heat couldn't score.
No,
Then you
that's not
keep
what
Your
that
Heat
means.
can't score in the half court.
That's not
Hold
what
on,
that
wait.
means.
Your Heat can't. Hold on, Dub. Hold on, Dub. Your Heat can't score in the half court. They're not a good half court scoring team.
That's a
But
fact.
how do they get all their points?
Off defense.
Transition. Transition.
Mm.
What happened?
Hold on. Question. Why is this, Dub? Hold on. Because this is a fact. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is a fact. Hold on. Wait. Time out. No. This is a fact. No. This is a fact. The 3 games the Miami Heat won in this series that they just lost, the Boston Celtics. Hold on.
You're You're dismissing in Game 7. You're dismissing in Game 7 the fact of the momentum shifts that was happening. Yes, the Dallas Mavericks were doing their thing, but the fact that
Yo,
the
Rel,
Phoenix
you ugly
Suns
as hell,
literally
bro.
was relying on Jay Crowder to sit here through weird ass contested ass jump shots. Like, bro, come on now. Devin Booker's
The
getting locked
three
up.
games.
Chris Paul can't get separation.
Rose
And
over
that
there
was
cursing
happening
his
every
phone at
single
But
me.
time.
I'm only
The
talking
three
about
games y'all won.
I'm only talking about defense though,
So your
and
offense doesn't affect your defense.
The
it
three
can to
games y'all
an
won.
extent,
Go,
but I don't think
let
it's a but I don't think it's a
It
dramatic
affects
enough shit. But I
it.
don't think it's a hold on, but I don't think it's a
Rose, because
dramatic
Rose
enough
know what I'm
shift
finna
to
say.
say
Rose
they're
know
still an
exactly what I'm
elite
finna say.
defense when in the biggest game of their season
You
they gave
said
up
good.
27
You
points
said
to
good, bro.
to
Phoenix Suns is a
okay,
good
even good.
defense.
Okay, if the Jazz aren't a good defense because they get exposed, it's applying to the Suns. So
No,
keep
bro.
going.
The
Not
go ahead.
at
three
all.
games. Hold
Not
on.
at all.
The three games y'all won, Dub. It's because the Celtics had 20 plus turnovers. They had 20 plus turnovers. The games y'all didn't lose, excluding game 7, they beat the shit out of y'all. Like it's because they held it's because they took care of the ball. Literally, that's why. When they took care of the ball and y'all weren't forcing turnovers, they whipped y'all ass.
Because y'all
That's
haven't
the
played
truth.
first half
I
court
know.
defense.
You want to hear the truth about that Miami Heat series? It just came down to this is why it was
Let
so
me
hard.
hear him.
This is why it was so hard to judge the Miami Heat series and the Boston Celtics series because it was literally one team would play bad and then the other team would play like shit. It wasn't majority times on why we won the game. It was because of turnovers. No, that's a lie. It was why either the Boston Celtics was hitting all of their shots or the Miami Heat was hitting all of their shots. It was literally we was taking turns beating each other's ass. If you really want to be real. And Game 6 was one of the few close games. Game 7 was one of the few close games in which it came down to the wire.
That was the
I don't
only
even
two
know why
close
you. I
games.
don't even know why you even bring it up. Oh, the turnovers thing, and that was the only reason why we were winning.
Because
That's the truth.
Because the games y'all won, the Celtics had 20 plus turnovers. And the games y'all lost,
Every
excluding game
single game.
7,
Every single game.
the games y'all won, yes.
Every single game.
Go look. Every single game they had 20 plus turnovers.
if
The
you talking
games y'all,
about in the Boston series, if you're talking about one
yes,
of these in this
yes,
every single game in the Boston series.
yes. And the games Boston won, excluding game 7, they kicked y'all ass because they took care of the ball.
They didn't kick our ass. How the fuck you kick our ass if you down by 4 points? What are you talking about?
Hey, what you
They ain't kick
talking
y'all
about?
ass. They ain't blow
That's
y'all
kicking.
out twice.
What you talking
That's
about?
kicking somebody's ass. I know
Nah,
the
nigga,
They
nigga.
ain't
we
kick
fight.
y'all
You ain't
ass.
see that? We was bobbing and weaving. That's all I know.
They ain't kick y'all ass 2 of them games.
No,
I
my
may be
And
exaggerating.
what? And we kicked some of their ass. So what's the
I
point?
never said y'all didn't. I
Not
never
enough.
said y'all
The
didn't.
same reason.
Not enough.
The
Because
same
it's
reason you're saying for the
Just
Boston
stop talking
Celtics
about
getting
my heat,
turnovers.
man. Stop
I
talking
can
about
sit here
my
and say
heat.
the same thing for the Miami Heat and just not making their threes.
Listen.
But
This is
that's
all.
still
This
all
is
the
all
credit.
fun and
But that's
games.
still but no, hold on, real, hold on. That's still all the
This nigga
credit
says
to
all
the
funny.
that's still all the credit to be 2 good defensive teams that did not get exposed, like Cousin said. Phoenix got exposed. Phoenix got exposed against the Pelicans when Brandon Ingram was getting 28 a game on 48% from the field.
Mm.
So the
In his
Phoenix
Mm.
first
so the Phoenix
playoff appearance.
Hold on. Let me
His
pull a Ray
first.
J.
so the
Let me change
Phoenix
another
Suns.
hat.
You gonna sit here and tell me the Phoenix Suns don't have a better defense than the Utah Jazz?
Can't take this nigga
They're
serious.
both trash.
They both got
This nigga
exposed.
the
So it's
Mad Hatter.
hey,
You
we
guys
talk.
can't.
next topic.
If you get exposed in the
Topic.
playoffs, you're not a good defense. I'm going with what you
Facts to
said.
you.
You guys.
Listen.
Next
It's a
topic.
difference. It's a difference where every year it's the same recipe for the Utah Jazz. Phoenix Suns, you're not gonna
But
do that to the Phoenix Suns, bro. Like you're just not.
but
Yeah, but
you but
I
but
mean,
this
they
all
don't.
goes
The
back to the
Suns only
point
been in
that
the
you said.
playoffs 2 times in the last 7 years. So I would
But
say
yeah,
both times they got exposed.
but
I
You
would
this
say
all
talking
both
goes
about
times they got
you talking
exposed.
about you
but
talking about a series. You talking about a series and one series in the Pelicans where maybe they was getting exposed. I don't want to know about that because
maybe
they were saying tough shot after tough shot. Like they was playing good
Maybe.
defense. It was just hitting. It
Yeah,
was
you got to make sure they
you know
don't
how
hit
you
them,
stop.
man.
ridiculous.
You know how you stop people from making tough shots.
Play defense.
You pray. You pray. You just sit there and pray.
You play better
He
defense.
said you pray.
So I
Crazy.
don't know
You
what you
play better defense.
It wasn't like the Utah Jazz where it's literally they're getting blown by and blown by and blown by. You're gonna sit here and lie like that? So
Oh,
you're just
No,
why are
but
they getting blown by?
this all goes back to the fact. This all goes
Hold on.
back to
What
your
we talking
statement.
about here?
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. I'm going back to the original statement. This all goes back to the fact that you said one person's defense, we overrated how much one person's defense can affect a team's defense. And we didn't at all because we gave multiple examples we gave the example of Rudy Gobert and we just went downhill from that. Rudy Gobert affects the Utah Jazz defense tremendously. If I'm not mistaken, ever since he's been winning depoys, they haven't been less than a top 5 defense during the regular season. Yes, they get exposed in the playoffs, but over the course of 82 games, they're a top 5 defense. And you don't get that. You don't get that without Rudy Gobert. And he's the only good defender on that team.
Can I ask you a question?
No, you can't ask a question, nigga.
Who's better, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown?
Till we not know. If that's not on the dock, I ain't answering that
Next
shit.
subject. Darrell, don't be nasty. Next subject.
Yeah, we're all trying to start some shit.
Well, anyways, Jaylen Brown. But anyways, Luka Tatum,
Okay.
who's better? Who would you draft?
You
I'm
just,
taking. I'm
you just went down. You just went to the next worst
Not
one.
a conversation for real.
So everybody's picking Luka. Everybody's picking Luka.
I'm not. But that's just my personal. Me personally.
yeah. I'm taking JT still. So
I don't like. I don't
Because
like
it's talking about
Luka.
it's not a conversation. Like, look
No,
at him.
I
My
don't.
bad.
No, it's honestly. I'll say this: Luka's definitely the better player, and I'm a JT fan. Luka's definitely the better player, and it's me personally. I just personally don't like Luka's play style, even though it works. Even though he's a top whatever ranking you want to put him at, because I'm even gonna put a number on there. Even though he's a top whatever player, it works for him, and he's doing good with it. He made the conference finals. I don't like that. I want a two-way who's gonna go out, give me 30, and then go back, give me elite defense. That's what I want. That's why I'm picking Tatum.
so you said
I respect that.
you said Luka's a better player. On what side of the ball?
Basketball. Hold on. Now.
On what side
Hold on.
on what side of the ball?
I'm glad you asking this. I'm glad you asking this, right? I'm
About to
glad
get
you asking
nasty
this,
in here.
right? So when determining who's the better player, it's all about offense and defense. It's all about who's better on offense and who's better on defense. That's the only thing that we're talking about.
Yeah, I
Because when
just
you
want the
talk
nigga
about
that could score.
Nigga real
yeah,
crazy.
okay.
It's
Yeah,
about
because
offensive. It's about offense and defense.
no,
Give you both.
when you ask somebody who's a better player, you should like don't ask me who's better on offense, who's better on defense, because now you look like a clown and I'm not gonna take you serious. But I know you, real. You my boy. You my boy. All of y'all. I fuck with all of y'all.
Why he still looking like that?
I'm gonna fuck with all of y'all regardless.
He
But
ugly as hell.
it goes way more into detail. You got to talk about the
You ain't
tangibles. You got to
shit,
talk
Josh.
about
Chill.
playmaking. You got to talk about scoring. You got to talk about defending. You got to talk about impact. You got to talk about so many things to where you can't just generalize it. Oh, he's a
I
better
could
scorer.
say
He's a better
I
defender.
could
So he's
say
better.
Jason Tatum and Luka scoring is equal to each other. The playmaking, I give Luka the edge on that. The
Playmaking
rebounding,
part of special
Edge.
teams.
yeah, I give Luka that. Okay, Luka's the better playmaker.
There we go.
Okay, rebounding, they both grab rebounds, bro. Then at the end of the day, what comes down? What after all of that? What it comes down to? And who has it
Defense.
on that? And
They
who has
they
it on
not
that
close.
end?
They not really close as scorers though.
Wait.
Now this way it gets nasty. Here it
Bro,
go.
bro. Who do you have over who?
I have Jason Tatum. He's gonna give me 27, 28, 5, and 8, and then play way better defense than Luka.
But who gonna be more
See the
consistent with the
difference.
scoring?
The difference between Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic is that Luka and scoring with Jason Tatum, I guess I'll give Luka the slight edge. The playmaking factor that Luka brings and how that impacts the team, it goes a long way. Now, Jason Tatum is a better defender, and I could agree with you, yeah, but I'm not. I will put more money on Luka Doncic sitting here going 15 for 30, and then I would expect Jason Tatum to sit here and go like 3 for 20 sometimes, bro. There's some games he's inconsistent, and he needs to polish up on that. There's a lot of games where he's very inconsistent. He could go 3 for 20, he could go for 18 for 20. And that's kind of a knock for him, bro, because I can't sit here for my number one scorer if I have a guy who's sitting here consistently dropping me 30 ball, good efficiency, 30 ball, good efficiency. I'm going to rely more on that than Jason Tatum's score.
Efficiency overrated.
Bro, don't do this for the sake of argument. Please don't do this for the sake of argument. Because I'm picking JT too. I'm picking Tatum too. But I just prefer a two-way player because
I'm just asking a question.
Granted, consistently, he's not. He has those games where he can go 3 for 20 or 3 for 18 or whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, in those same games, I'm still getting that elite defense. That's why I prefer the two-way player. Now, if Tatum was a consistent guy getting 28, 5 and 8, like you said, shooting 47, 48% from the field. There wasn't so many games where he's 3 for 20. There's more games off. There's games more often where he's 8 for 20 or 10 for 20 or 14 for 20. I'm probably gonna pick Tatum, but there's not. Just
But
that's
I
just the
see,
reality.
and I will be fine with that. I will be fine with that. But Jason Tatum has showed us that he's very inconsistent, and we have to. We
I
when we
wouldn't
look
say
at compare him to Luka Doncic, bro, it's like every fucking series, this guy's just sitting here giving everybody buckets, and it doesn't even matter who he's on, who he's against. So it's like I'm looking at it. I'm relying more on that than Jason Tatum and his defense, because Luka has that playmaking that Jason Tatum can't replicate at all. Like
And
at
yeah, I
all.
never disputed that. I never disputed that. I already said Luka's the better player. Me personally, though, I just prefer a two-way. Like me, if you just
Okay.
ask me to build up my team, I'm gonna build a whole. I'm gonna have 5 two-ways on my team, all 5 of them.
Okay.
I don't care about a playmaker. I want 5 guys that's gonna get a bucket and then play defense.
I respect it.
Jason Tatum, a 5-level scorer.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
Nah, he ain't a 5 level.
Still doing that 5 level
He a
scores.
4. He a 4 level. He ain't a 5.
Luca's still
Jason
stuck on
Tatum's not a
3.
5.
Luca's a
Nah,
3-level
What's
scorer.
he
he
missing?
ain't. He ain't never put the fifth. He don't never pull up from 35.
Okay, I
He
see.
don't pull that. Yeah, he don't pull that far.
Yeah, he
If
ain't
he
doing
get that
that.
in his bag, it's gonna be crazy. If he get that, that's gonna be crazy.
No,
So,
I get the
oh,
Tatum thing with the defense, but in theory, I understand it. But that's like I'ma always say the better. I'm just taking the better player straight up. Even if Tatum in a vacuum, Tatum is a little more of he's a little more portable just because he's not as ball dominant. He is more athletic. He is the better defender, but you always gotta like just Luka's just been
Probably better
a
off the
wa-
ball too.
he's just a way better foundational piece. Like we kind of even seen that this year. Like as soon as he get a coach who really understand what type of roster he got and make the smallest type of changes, boom, the Mavericks in the conference finals. Like it didn't even take nothing but a better coach and Spencer Dinwiddie, and they in the final four. Like because Luca's all like already guaranteed like playoff dynamite.
Or did the Suns collapse?
The combination of both. You got to take advantage though. It have been some situations where a team is collapsing right in front of you, and players don't take advantage. So I got to give Luka his props for taking advantage of a team that was came out dead and looked like they was ready to get their ass beat. And Luka was like, "Oh, y'all want an ass beating? I got y'all. I
that
got
nigga
y'all."
turned into Debo.
So what's the next topic, Josh? Because
This
I
for
got
you,
I
Rel.
got Tatum.
Do the Boston Celtics
Oh
have big
my
three?
god.
Yes, yes.
What's your
I
definition of
think
big three? Let's start there.
Yeah,
My
that's the
definition of
question.
a big three is three plays that's a core of the team that can
oh
make a
boy.
push. Hold on, that can make a push. And I listen to what I'm saying. That's good enough to make a push to get to the conference or the NBA Finals. Which in I call the Boston Celtics a big three. And how many times have Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, and Marcus Smart on that team been to the conference finals?
okay, so with that logic, let
How
me get
many
it
times
straight. No,
have
no,
they been to the
No, no,
NBA
no, 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 no,
Finals?
no, nigga. No, miss me, bro. Miss me, bro.
There you go.
Motherfucking Dame, CJ, and Nurk went to the conference finals. You trying to tell me that's a fucking big three?
By his definition, it would be.
When
By
did
his
they do
definition.
that?
He said they they're
He
2019.
did
And
say
then they
Did,
did
No,
it.
I
but
just
did
said
They
you
did
said
it
by
one.
your logic
They
that's
did
a
it
big three,
one.
and they went to the
They
conference
did it
finals.
one
What,
time. They did it one time to their three times.
bro? But
How do you
even
count
if they
that?
one,
yeah, I
that's
think he's saying you got to do it consistently
What are you
okay,
to.
talking about?
bro.
You're counting one
Again,
to
again.
three. What
So
are you
okay,
talking
okay.
about?
So let me ask you a question. Was Marcus Smart a big three when they went to the conference finals last time?
Yeah, he was a
He wasn't
starting
even.
point guard.
Yes.
He
He was
wasn't
starting.
starting.
Yes.
Yes, he was. They starting lineup was Kemba, Smart, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, and I want to say Robert Williams or Al Horford
So
in the
Tatum was
bubble.
playing the. So in the bubble, Tatum no, because Daniel Tice was the center. Tatum was playing the
Oh, so
four.
it was Tice. Yeah, Tatum was swinging the four.
Tatum was playing the four.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
I
then
remember that shit.
So now, when you bring up your 1 year to
So
three to 4 years of 3 conference finals, now an NBA finals, you want to compare 1 year to four.
Again,
1 year
hey,
to
Rel, did he?
what
four.
are you talking about? So all them 4 times he was just as impactful as he was this year. The same time they went to the
Marcus
conference finals.
Smart
Trying to tell
always
me.
been
I'm talking
impactful on
about
that
impact.
team.
I don't care about him
Yes,
starting.
he's always been impactful to that team. What are you saying? I watch these niggas play every year. The Marcus Smart's always been impactful to that team. If you're gonna sit here and tell me he's never been impactful or he just started, you're bugging, bro.
I
You're
said
bugging.
as impactful as this year.
He's always been impactful. Always been impactful.
Yeah,
He's
So,
always been
yeah.
impactful.
so Rel, my question to you: do the Miami Heat have a big three?
Do they?
I don't know. By your
Who
definition,
would
they
be
should.
who would be their no, but who would be their third? It would be
That's
Bam,
up to you.
Bam,
Tyler,
Bam,
Tyler
and
It
Hero.
gotta be Tyler Hero. It gotta be
By your
Tyler Hero.
definition, they would have a big three. By the definition you just used. That's
Okay,
why
I
I
give
asked
it
you
to
that.
them.
oh
Okay,
my
I
god.
give it to them.
That's crazy. The Miami Heat
I
have a big
wouldn't.
I
three.
I
need
wouldn't
yo,
look.
bro. I
I
need
don't have a
when
problem. I
but
don't
when
have a
y'all
problem
say
that you call them a big three. My
but when
only,
y'all
my
say
only,
here,
my only like friction with it is like I would say it's premature. That's all. That's the only thing I would say. It's premature. Like if they
so
win this
now,
year,
so
and they show that like they consistently are the Boston Celtics, that like these three guys are gonna be our future, are gonna be our core, and we're gonna contend with them for the rest of however, then yeah, they're a big three. But
this is why I asked
I
that
don't know.
one
I
question,
don't know.
JT. I asked that one question. When did Golden State Warriors become a big three? That's all
I
I need
think
to
when
know. Did
Who's
they
the big
become a
three?
big three when they won?
No, they
I
Did
think
they
became
so.
a
become
big
a
three
big
when KD got there.
I think so. I think so.
that?
I
Now you
think they.
talking
So the
about
go
Draymond, Clay, and Curry, Joe. He
I
not
think
talking
So
they
who
about
was the
became
KD.
a.
third? Who was the third person in Golden State Big Three in 2017?
Clay.
They had a big four. They had a big. They had a.
That was a super team. I don't care
to,
what none of y'all
to
say. That was
me,
Yeah,
a
to
like
super
me,
team.
this is why when y'all ask that question, what JT exactly said, that's to me, Golden State was a big four. Clay, Draymond, Kevin Durant, and Curry.
That
There
was a
were
super
no.
team. Forget the
It
big
was it
four.
was never a well now one is cut out because you cut out Clay fine. We're not gonna worry about him. He gives you 60 off of 4 dribbles. Oh, we forgot Clay's on the floor. You don't worry about Draymond. He locks up your best
Was the
player.
Chicago
You don't
Bulls
worry.
was a big three? MJ
Which
Scott.
one? You talking about Michael Jordan?
He's gonna
Josh,
say
thank you for
yes.
asking that. Josh,
I didn't say
what I
that. I
said.
didn't. He's gonna say yes.
Josh,
He's gonna.
I've said this before. Michael Jordan played with a big three, bro.
He did say that.
I think.
Nah, I
That
I
was a
think.
disagree.
bad point.
I think. Look, I'll say this. I'll say this. Because now that Rel is explaining it, I kind of. I kind of agree because Golden State's big three wasn't being called a big three till near the end of their first run, making the finals. Like once they got to the playoffs, that's when everybody was like, "Oh, Golden State's big three." Well, they still weren't even talking about their big three. They were calling them the Splash Bros. And once Draymond emphasized, "Hey, look, I'm going to be a part of this core. I'm holding this team together. I'm the defense, everything. I'm a part of this big three." That's when they started calling them that. Like they started getting called the big three entering the playoffs. So technically, with Marcus Smart, the way he just became depoy, the fact that he's been there this whole time, we know Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum is one of the better young duos, probably one of the better duos in the league. Period. Just
Wait,
he's
wait. The
he,
Boston
he, he
Celtics is a big three.
That's
I
what Rel's
mean
saying.
you
Nah,
I
nah,
think.
I agree with it. I don't have a problem with it.
nah, nah.
I really don't
So
have a
now
problem with
I'm
it.
all right. So Dub, I'm just because I'm trying to get a
I don't
exact
have a
answer
problem with it.
because I'm willing to be wrong. When did Golden State become a big three? When they won their first title?
When Kevin Durant got there, the way I judged that,
They weren't. They
I
were
mean, not
already
for
a
a
big
second title.
three.
When they won their
They
second.
were already a
So
big
so
three
wait, they
then.
weren't a big
That's
three.
why
They
they
weren't
were
a big three in
mad.
Let
2016.
me tell you why. When I sit
They
here,
weren't a big three in 2016.
when I sit here and look at a big three, you could have a team. You could have a team that sits here and plays amazing together, and have three good core pieces. But when we talk about big three, the way I'm looking at it is, you got three first options, or you got a super team. You got three guys who could be a first option. Steph, Clay, and KD, big three. LeBron, Bosh, Wade, big three. Ray Allen, KG, Paul Pierce, big three. All those guys could be on their own team and excel greatly. Draymond Green, him going to the Golden State, him being on the Golden State Warriors. Let's be real, he was good, especially in 2016. But I don't think he could be like a first option or anything like that. I think he's a great defensive piece, and they played great together and all of that. But he just can't, and that's for me. That's my big three, and that's what my definition of a super team.
So you
I
believe
don't have a problem. I don't have a
Clay
problem with
Thompson
it.
is a number one option player?
I think.
You
I think.
believe that?
This is a different argument. This is a different argument, real. This is a
I think
different
Clay,
argument. This is a
I think
different
Clay
argument.
definitely could be a number one option on the team. Now, will he win a
That's a different
championship?
argument.
Probably not. But
So
do I
now,
think
hold
he'll be
on.
good?
So now he could be a number one option. Jaylen Brown can be a number one option. Jason Tatum.
Yep.
So when you
Bro,
say
they-
be so when you say be a number one option, what level of success do they have to reach?
Like
Because
Clay
Julius
Thompson
Randle's
could
a
be the
number
number
one
one
option.
option on a playoff team,
No.
in my opinion.
So now,
I wouldn't agree with that criteria simply because it's like it's not about it's not a super team. Like having three number one options like that, that's more than likely a super team. But I only believe there's only been one super team ever. So just saying it's a big three, that means it's three core players that just like it's a big three. As long as these three guys are together, we have a chance to win the title. Like I think that's what a big three really embodies. I think that's what it's been since really the name has been given. The first time I ever heard Big Three was when the Celtics did it with Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen. That's the first time I ever heard it. And then Bron had his, and then the Warriors. That's the only time I've ever really heard Big Three.
Well, a lot of the
And
main
all
factors,
three of those times they won championships.
a lot of the main factors comes from. The reason why Big Three probably originated is probably because of the off-season moves that happen. So yeah, some off-season moves has to happen in order for that to be in effect as well. Well, I think I think we could pick a lot of three guys who was on the same team in NBA history and be like, yeah, that's championship DNA. I wouldn't consider them like the big three.
I didn't say championship DNA. I said title contenders. Like
Hakeem
you can have
Olajuwon,
three guys on the team, and you can have three really good guys on the team, and y'all not title contenders.
Klay Thompson,
That could happen.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Kenny Smith, and Clyde Drexler. Is that a big three?
That's not a big.
No.
That's not a big three.
Because I think they all got they all have to share. They all have to share a similar level of
Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili.
No, I think all three got to share. I mean, that's closer. I wouldn't say it's a big three. I would say they all got to share a similar level of responsibility. And
I don't think that's a big three.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying I think they all three got to share a similar level of responsibility, and we got to be talking about like. And I don't even do the big three thing, but you got to be at least top 7 at your position or something like that.
Golden State definitely.
But then Golden State was a big three for you, and probably
so if that's the case, no. So
you said they was or wasn't?
For you, probably. I think Draymond was top 7 at his position.
He was,
and this is what
clearly top 5.
And this is what I'm saying. And what if that's the case? A lot of teams that when y'all say he was top 7 in that position. Top 10 back then. This is why I say so. Back then, Scottie Pippen was in a top 10 small forward.
He's probably the best small forward in the league.
He was the best small forward.
Dennis Rodman was in a top 10 power forward back then.
He definitely was.
Okay, so now you have the number one shooting guard, number one small forward,
number one player,
a top 10 power forward.
Well, why are you arguing with him? He's not disagreeing with you, I don't think.
But now I'm just explaining right now. Marcus Smart is not top 10 in his position.
Shooting guard?
He a point guard.
Oh,
yeah.
He's a point guard.
I would have to make a list. I ain't gonna say he is or isn't.
Hold on, so now
we could do it.
Darius Garland, John Murray.
I'm not taking none of them over him.
Holiday.
No, he's not top 10.
Stephen Curry, Luka Doncic.
I told you when you think about it, I don't think he's top 10 in his position.
He might not be a top 10 scoring guard.
Darius Garland's better, yes.
Darius Garland is 1 year made him better. Okay. Okay.
Real.
So 1 year made
I mean,
him better, Dub. 1
Marcus
year
Smart
made him
been
better.
Marcus
1
Smart been
year.
up and down his whole career though,
Let
so
me
it's
ask
like
you this. Let me ask you this, right? You love using
No.
this. You
who
love
would
He
you
went
take?
off 1
Hold on,
year.
Dub. Hold on,
1
Dub.
year made him better.
Real. Who would you take right now? Marcus Smart or Darius Garland?
Marcus Smart.
Okay.
That's nasty. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy.
Hold on. He just told me in the beginning of the show, he said multiple years, 2 years, 1 year made somebody better than the other. Where is the
That's his
consistency?
criteria. That ain't my criteria.
Because
That's
I
what.
think
Where is
I
the
think you could
consistency?
pass because I think you can pass somebody in 1 year if what you did has exceeded basically anything they've ever done.
What you're saying is that every rookie that comes into the league cannot be better than another player that's been here for multiple years.
Darius Garland is not a rookie. He's
I'm
So
not
not
a rookie.
saying
No, but
Rel,
that's
He's
the
not a
logic.
rookie.
That's the logic, and that got to carry over. That's basically what you're saying.
Rel, what number do you rank Marcus Smart if he's top 10? What number do you
But
rank?
hold on, wait, hold on,
He'll
because
be at the
real,
bottom of the.
hold on,
He'll be
because
at
I
the
can't.
bottom of the list. I'm not saying he's 5. He'll be
Ooh,
10.
can we do this, please?
But real,
Go
hold on,
up.
wait, before we start. I think like
Why
I
not
don't
make
think
it
you
loose?
heard.
Not
I
that
don't
shot.
think you heard Cousin Clear because like I understand the point of 1 year can make you better. I don't like that either. But like Cousin said, Darius Garland already has shown us he's a better player than Marcus Smart ever has been. Honestly, like I've never seen Marcus Smart play as good as Darius Garland did in this career. Yet the other way around with the KD, with the LeBron, with the all those other people argument, LeBron's the top 2 player ever. It's gonna be hard to pass or even do something better than what he has. So I feel like he by nature you have to be better than LeBron for more than just 1 year. Same thing with KD, same thing with Giannis, Jokic. You have to be better than those guys for more than 1 year just to surpass them. Marcus Smart hasn't
Yo,
reached has was never on that level.
I hope y'all know. I
Oh
think.
my God, you about to
Listen,
lose
I
the
would
game.
even listen. I will collide and I will let this go. I thank y'all so much because y'all just gave me more ammo of why RJ is better than Jordan Poole.
Oh
Y'all
Oh,
my,
I
just gave
don't
me
care
more
about
of
that.
it.
That's between
oh
you.
Y'all
my.
just gave me more of it.
All
Yo,
Y'all
right.
just gave
cousins.
me more
Hey,
of it.
cousins. So
Bro.
y'all want to do this point guard list? Because I want to see Marcus Smart fall now. I'm really curious.
Bro, I think I just named like 10 or 8 that
Hold on, I'm gonna share the screen so y'all can see it.
Let's just go down the list, man. Because
LaMelo
Yeah,
Ball. I didn't even
yeah,
say
we
this
do
finna
lists
be
now.
nasty. This is finna be
LaMelo.
nasty.
We can all
This
agree
is finna be
LaMelo,
so
Curry's one.
nasty.
We can
LaBello
all
ain't better
agree
than
Curry's
Marcus
one.
Smart.
I'm
LaMelo
asking.
not better than
Wait,
Marcus.
time out. Before we
Like,
start, is this just this year or is it just in general everybody healthy?
Just in general, whatever you feel right now, that's what it should
Every
be.
Listen,
Chris
right now,
Paul.
okay. So wherever we feel right now,
so
Dame is still the second best point guard in the league. I lied.
uh,
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Put John Morant.
Even I can't
Hold
put
on
down
here 1
second.
minute.
Luca is too.
Lucas
God, Luka's a
Lucas
fucking
too.
point guard. I'll be forgetting. Like, like
Bro,
he's
why
fucking
you
6'8".
like
I'll be
Luca,
forgetting.
bro? He's a
Cause he
point
Luka,
like
guard.
6'8". He's like 6'8". Like
Luka's
you're not.
too.
Because he's
De'Aaron
not a
You're bigger.
traditional
Like
point guard.
I'm
That's
not
why.
saying you're not a no. I'm not saying you're not a point guard, but you're fucking 6'8". It be
listen,
slipping my
right
mind.
now,
Like
hold on.
it be.
To make it more easier, because we're gonna argue about not 3, not 2, not 1, not 5. We're gonna just name them. Then down the line, we could say, "Yo, I flip
Yeah,
that
this
with
is next.
that, flip that with yeah," because we can name them. Because if that, we're gonna this show's gonna be 3 hours long of us. No,
No.
but he should
I
be
like this. I
one.
like this. Hold on. I like this. We don't. This ain't even gotta be the top 10 point guards in the league. They could just be 10 guards better than Marcus Smart. Like so, we
10
could just
guards is
name.
gonna get nasty.
Yeah,
If
we
it's
could
10
just
guard,
name
all right,
guard.
then he's not a
Yo,
top 10
Josh,
guard. If it's
we
Oh,
ain't
he's a
even
10
10
top
guard.
I got the
point
list.
guards, point guards, point
I
guards,
got
point
the
guards,
list.
point guards.
I got
We
the
could just
list.
name 10 point guards better
Bro,
than Marcus Smart.
I got the
This
list
ain't
right
even got
now.
to be in order.
It's easy. I mean, we got Drew, you got Drew, you got Curry,
Kyrie
you
Irving.
got Trey Young, you got Darius, you got
I don't know about Drew, but okay.
Chris Paul, you got John Morant, you got
Let's slow down.
Fred,
Slow down. We got to.
you
We
got
at 6 now.
you got Jamal Murray.
No, I don't know about
I don't know.
that.
Yeah, I definitely don't know about that. And Drew, I'm really on the fence with Drew, but okay.
I'm still Jamal better.
Jamal.
I know the
You can
availability.
replace. You
We
can
could knock him up for availability real quick,
If
like
that's the case, then
some.
up there
Did you
too.
But
put Dame? Definitely put Dame. Yep. There's
Dejounte Murray.
Dejounte Murray.
Dejounte Murray.
De'Aaron Fox.
no,
DeJounte not better than
No,
Marcus
I'm
Smart?
not.
No, he's talking about
I'm not.
flops.
No, I'm talking about Dejounte.
I'm not
Wait,
giving
Wait, hold on. I don't
Fox.
agree with that. No, no,
I'm not
no,
Jay?
giving
no,
Fox
no.
or Murray,
No, no,
bro.
no. Hold on. We gotta talk about DeJounte. We gotta talk about DeJounte. Why DeJounte not better than Marcus Smart?
I think Marcus Smart a better defender, and I don't think the offensive gap is
It's
I think it's
wild.
pretty far.
it ain't significant.
DeJounte put up 29 and 8 this year.
So
He's a better passer. He's a better scorer.
he's
Marcus
not a
Smart probably
better.
has.
I don't think he a better playmaker.
He is a better player.
I think he
I
is
don't think
like
so.
I think
it's
Marcus
hard to.
Smart is
His usage,
underrated.
his usage. I think if you swapped him right now, it would.
Nope. Marcus Smart, the shots he was fucking putting up in the playoffs was bad, bro. That shit was bad. His offensive
Yeah.
game is bad. I don't like it.
Dejounte's is not a great offensive player.
But
It's
that's only
way
because
better.
we.
It's
He
That's
way
has
only
a.
because we
He's
have the
not way
regular season
better.
to see.
He has the same limitations as Marcus Smart.
no. Marcus Smart, his shot selection, bro. It's not.
If you put if you swapped him right now, the Spurs get no better and no worse.
The Spurs get worse.
No, they
No,
get worse. They get
Spurs
worse.
get worse.
they don't.
They get worse.
And I like Marcus Smart and his playmaking ability. I do think that's a little underrated part of his game. But nah, it's not DeJounte.
They definitely get worse. They definitely get worse. Like I can't. Like nah. That like
They'll be right around where they were 10th,
I
11th
can't
Can't
agree
seed.
with
get
that.
by his
I can't agree with
Marcus
that just
Smart
because
can't
like
get by his
Marcus
defending the
Smart,
way DeJounte
Marcus
can.
Smart, Marcus
Even
Smart's
with Dejounte
playmaking.
being able to do that, he's still not offensively. I don't think that's the
I don't
Spurs
think.
still got
I
a
think
mid
Marcus Smart.
offense. I don't think that's worth as much.
Marcus Smart's
How much you said?
playmaking,
How much you said? Did Dejounte
bro.
Murray average?
Mark 20. He averaged like 20.
Oh, I thought you said 29.
No,
No,
he
he
averaged
said
like 20.
29 and 8, not
Oh,
29 and
I was
8.
about to say, where was this at all season?
No,
The
Westbrook
top.
not.
I think
Josh made the list. That's why he put Westbrook,
LaMelo
I
even though
think
Ball.
as
that
far as
Come on,
like
even
y'all
though
not
that's
gonna
not
tell.
true.
I think as far as like
Hold on. Are we
hold
going
on,
off for the season or overall? Which one we going with?
Right now, just right now. So you
Oh,
could
right
say
now,
this
never mind.
season.
I
You could
believe
say
you more.
whatever you want. I'm
Never
saying
mind.
I
okay,
just say right now. Like
Right
no,
now, I
but
take
Westbrook's
him
not
off.
better.
but
Yeah,
back
Westbrook not
nah
better.
nah
I
back
take him off.
back to this Dejounte thing. I
So who
think as
then?
far as like
I don't
I
know
think
if
it's
Drew is better than
hold on
him.
I wanted to speak
Nah,
on the
he better.
Dejounte thing. I want to speak on Dejounte. I think DeJounte, as far as relative to his team, he created more offense than Marcus Smart did relative to his team. Like Marcus Smart, granted, I'm not saying he's a bad playmaker. He's a good one, but his playmaking is only emphasized so much by because the talent he has around him. Compared to Marcus Smart, the next best person on this team is Lonnie Walker, and he was getting 9 assists a game while also putting up 20 points. He's a better scorer, and I think compared to like the talent you have around you, and as far as just being a playmaker, I could say he's a better playmaker than Smart too.
I don't see it. I just don't think there's a significant enough gap to it's a wash to me basically.
Is it because the what we've seen from Marcus Smart in the postseason, we don't see Dejounte anymore, so it's like
Yeah, I mean it's a combination of all of that. Yeah, I don't think Dejounte, if he when he was in the playoffs, I don't think he was like when they played the Nuggets. I don't
he did
think
have that bad when he did have that bad game this year. But
was he starting though? Was he a starting point guard at that point?
when this year or last year?
No, again when not this year when the Spurs last made the playoffs. That was
I
2019 because
think
they played the
I think he was
Nuggets.
hurt. No, I think he had a torn ACL that year.
Yeah, so we actually never seen him in the
Can we
playoffs. So I
say Fred Van Leet was better than Marcus Smart?
can't even gauge that. I don't think
No,
so.
hell no. But nah,
So
I think
So he's
if
10?
the
what
Celtics had
makes Drew
Dejounte
Holiday
Murray,
better?
they'd be a more dynamic team.
He's a better
I think
defender,
that would
better scorer,
they would be
better
better with
defender, scorer,
Dejounte.
facilitator.
Hold on.
There's nothing that,
What
at least to
makes
me, that Marcus Smart does better. Nothing.
Yeah,
then Drew Holiday?
Nothing.
yeah.
But be
He
more.
does
I'm
not.
The only
not
thing
He
you
gonna
can
doesn't.
say
listen,
is
listen,
more
listen, listen.
consistent. More consistent. That's it.
I'm
That's
not
all.
gonna
He's not
lie.
more
I've
consistent.
been
And
hold on.
he's not even more consistent.
I've been feeling like this last year from Drew Holiday. Even when he won that NBA championship with Giannis and him, I'm not gonna lie, bro. We kind of for his defense, we overlook his badass offense. We overlook his badass offense.
Yeah,
Can we say Marcus Smart
With
has
his
bad
he be
offense too?
he be
no,
What good
fucking
because
up.
off
this even
what
He,
good
he be
okay,
offense does
fucking
because
up.
Marcus Smart
I think
have?
I think that's the same thing that applies for Marcus Smart.
Hold on, but hold on, because this playoffs and last playoffs, we've seen this nigga in certain aspects go 9 of 24. Not bro. Then one of these playoff games, a few of these playoff games, he took 30 shots and made less than 10.
Yeah,
Like we're
he's not
not gonna.
he's not a player
His
who should be taking
defense,
30 shots in a game.
y'all overlooking what he like. I'm not gonna lie, and I even though I'm not even gonna argue with a whole lot of numbers stuff, but even when you want to look it up, bro, he's not even. Marcus Smart is even the past 2 years. Marcus Smart been more efficient than him.
You good, Rose?
Like he's been more efficient than him, bro. So like to me, I think it's closer than what it is. A lot of people are like, oh, his defense. I think y'all let his defense. I think y'all let the defense get away with a lot of the bullshit he does on the offensive side. A lot of the bullshit he does on the
That's
offensive
true if
side.
you just generally criticizing Drew Holiday, but compared to Marcus Smart, even with all that, like Drew Holiday is Marcus Smart if you just give him like slide up all his sliders like 1.5.
Oh hell no!
If you
This nigga said sliders.
take Marcus Smart and raise up every attribute 1.5, you get Drew Holiday.
Nah,
They the same
Marcus
player.
Smart.
And and
I think Marcus
and
Smart could
real
be better.
also and real also I just looked it up. Marcus Smart shot so far for the playoffs. Marcus Smart is shooting, if I'm not mistaken, 38% from the field. Drew ended his playoffs shooting the same amount with more points.
And Drew had to be miscast because he became the second scoring
Yeah,
option.
and it was
When
on
he
a
really
higher
like
volume.
you brought up that 9 for 30, Drew Holiday should never take 30 shots in an NBA game. If he
Niggas
has to do
really
that,
take
something
this
is
over.
wrong, and something was wrong.
Can you put
And
Darius
Drew's on a
Garland on this
higher
list?
volume. Drew's on a higher volume.
Yeah, Garland is on that list too.
So
Yo,
it looks
bro.
like Marcus ain't top 10.
Mark is definitely not top 10. I don't even know we had to do this.
Nah, bro.
You got to put it.
He's dying on that.
Something we've learned over the last few days is you got to put stuff on paper to really crystallize it. Because
Nah, bro.
I've been hearing some strange things in strange places.
Yeah,
So
my biggest
Bro,
beef is
bro,
Drew.
you said earlier today you can admit when you're wrong, bro. Marcus Smart not no better. Marcus Smart not a better offensive player, and the defense. If you want to give it to Mark for just this year, you can, but it's still not a big gap. It's not a gap at all, to be honest with you.
He ain't better.
All right,
He
he
ain't
may
better
not
than
be
he.
top.
He's
He's
still not
not.
better than that man defensively. I don't care what
Yeah,
trophy he got.
yeah,
that's a fact.
and
I
that's
agree
another
with
thing.
that.
You still can just easily say he's a better defender than Marcus Smart. You still can't see it. Like that was nah.
Can we? Can we?
But you,
Oh my god. Now he trying to be
He is
me.
filthy.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
I like trophies, man. DPOR. Yo, you know who else like trophies, Josh?
Who?
The Larry Bird Eastern Conference Player. Nah, man. Man,
Well, we all know he should have won it, but that's neither here or there. We all know who should have won that, but okay.
Man, don't
yo,
nobody care about that trophy, man.
your man just
nobody
putting
give a
up
shit
20.
about that trophy.
Your man
So,
just putting up
so
22.
this is
Homie putting
perfect.
up
So
27.
your man's won a trophy nobody cares about. That's cool. They all say they don't care about the trophy.
Yeah, I don't
All
care
right, so
about
that
that.
means Russell Westbrook bum ass MVP don't mean nothing either.
That's different. You can't
If
control
if
MVP.
you no if you no that makes
Oh,
sense if you say you don't care about MVP, but you got to say that.
I don't care about this Larry Bird Eastern Conference MVP. Let me rephrase my statement.
no, I don't care about it either. But the best player got it on that team.
Because by that logic, you might as well put Jason Tatum up there with James Harden and them. Where every person won an MVP in history.
No, does
Next
James Harden
topic.
have a timeout? Does James Harden have a Finals MVP?
Next topic.
Jesus
Next
Christ.
topic.
Go about your
Next
business,
topic.
What
bro.
have they done? The anti Jokic sentiment has led to this. This
All
nasty
I'm
work.
saying is that does James Harden have a Finals MVP?
Next topic.
Jesus
Which
Christ.
backcourt do you trust more, Tatum and Brown or Clay and Curry?
Clay Curry,
Mm,
stop question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not a
you're gonna give me. I'm just gonna take Clay and Curry because I've seen them get it done before. So
So this season, you trust Clay Curry more than
Tatum and Brown not even a backcourt.
I
They
was
both
about to say
forwards.
that too.
Yeah, that's really a front court.
They
That
both
really is a
wings.
front
They both
court,
wing
bro. Yeah,
players.
whatever, close
that
Yeah, you
enough.
should
really,
have just
You
said
get what I'm
duo.
saying.
No,
yeah.
it's still Steph and Clay.
You gotta go
Even
with them
though
just based off history. You have to.
yeah, you can't. That it'll be disrespectful.
Well, I'm being disrespectful then.
Oh my, Josh, yo,
So why do you
yeah,
trust
hate
Tatum
for
and Smart
Curry.
more? I mean
Nah,
Tatum
nah,
and
yeah.
Jalen more.
Off of
Hold
this
on.
season, what I witnessed with my eyes, they've been more consistent.
Josh, that doesn't even make sense. Josh, that doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
but you didn't. But that wasn't the frame of your question. It was just who do you trust more. It didn't say based on this season. It's just who do you trust more.
So, Josh, based off this season,
If if Steph and Clay is
who
in the
went to more
finals,
game
I trust
sevens?
them over every like backcourt ever.
I said off of this
Josh,
season, even though
this season, who went to more game sevens?
hey, listen, who faced tougher
Who went to
competition?
more game sevens?
Who
You,
faced tougher
you,
competition?
you
The question
bobbing
gonna go
and
both ways. It's gonna go
you're
both
bobbing
ways.
and
Next
weaving,
competition,
bro.
bro.
It's
Next
gonna go
question,
both
bro.
ways. It's gonna go
Like
both ways.
Samari said, next question, bro. Next question. Come
You
on.
bobbing
Come
and I
on,
don't
bro.
give a fuck about what
That's,
she says. She ain't on the
that's
goddamn
disgusting.
show.
That's disgusting, bro. That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it
That's
ain't no.
disgusting, bro.
So
That's
now I'm gonna
disgusting,
ask
bro.
you, Josh. One duo has been to the most of what, a game six?
Yeah,
You don't
Okay.
even
one
have to
game six.
argue this. You really don't even have to argue
That's
this.
real. Real love to argue.
No, Josh wants to be nasty and say,
This
I
nigga should
don't
have been a
know.
lawyer.
I don't know. I had hood dreams to be a lawyer, but nah,
Yo, worry about Marcus Smart being top 10. That's what you need to worry about.
worry
Next
about
question.
Westbrook not. Worry about. Hold on, you telling me to worry about
Next
Westbrook not
question, bro.
shoot off the side of the backboard?
Listen,
Next
him and
question, bro.
RJ both in the
I'm
same
not
spot.
sure. I'm not sure how these talks got over to this big three talks got over to Marcus Smart being top 10 to got over. I don't even
Nah,
know where
but
it's at right now.
nah, to me, my personal opinion, the Boston Celtics is a big three, bro.
Anyway,
And I'm not going off a 1 year aspect. I'm not saying that they got to do it one
It's
time, and I'm
cool.
just chucking them up
It's
to
cool. It's cool.
a big three.
Every rookie that comes to you, bro, is just not better than all the vets. It's all right. We got you.
And that's not. What are you talking about? That's not. That doesn't even make. That's what I said. That's what I said.
That's what you're
Show me
implying.
where. No, show me because he's
That's
not
what
a
you're
rookie.
implying.
Darius Garland is not a rookie.
That's
What
what
are
you're
you talking
implying. You're
about?
telling me that a player cannot make that
Yeah,
big of a jump.
that's what he's saying. Yeah,
hey
That
yo,
Ja
Rel, just say
Morant,
speculation. Just say
hold on, wait.
speculation. That's all you gotta say.
Ja
Say
Morant can't
speculation.
be better.
speculation.
Ja Morant can't be better than James Harden this year at all.
Yo, bro, who did
Shamari,
I
that's
come out and
nonsense.
say
IQ.
no? When I'm just
That's
trying
what
to
you're
figure out.
implying. That's what you're
No,
implying.
That's a
I
bad
am
example.
not.
That's a bad example.
No,
You
I
should
am not.
you should have said John Morant can't be better than somebody like
Hey, yo.
Kyle Lowry or Fred VanVleet. Just
No,
because
yo,
Kyle Lowry
bro.
and
All
Fred
right,
VanVleet has been
so
in the league longer.
no,
No, James
what y'all
Harden's a
trying to
perfect example,
He
bro.
see?
said Kyle Lowry.
This is
Oh
why
my
y'all
god.
should ask. This is why y'all should ask questions and say, you're implying this. I never said a rookie cannot be better than a vet. I never said that.
Speculation. That's
I
But that's
speculation.
the hold on, hold
never
on, hold on, hold
said
on.
that.
So look, so this is what you said, right? You said you have to be better than somebody for basically you're saying you have to be better than somebody for a significant amount of time. 2 seasons at minimum, kind of sorta. So if I expand that logic, that means a rookie, no rookie, that means all the worst players in the league are all the rookies.
So now
Say speculation,
I
Rel. Just
love
say
this.
speculation.
No, Josh, I love this because what they're trying to attack me with. Do you know why I asked? So how somebody played better 1 year and became better? Because you know who said that first in the beginning of the show, and I
No.
re-asked the question, and now y'all saying I put it on me. You know who said, "Oh, you have to be better than that player for multiple years to be better"? Do you know who said that? And I reiterated the question so I can get it. So now
Who said that? Who said that?
you said
Shamari.
somebody. Dub, you said in the beginning of the show, you have to be better than somebody for multiple years to be better.
You
So
We
did
were
say that.
comparing.
when I asked that
You did
question,
say that. You
when
did
I
say
asked
that.
that,
We was comparing. We was
now when I
comparing
asked that
Jason
question,
Tatum. No.
I'm a
We
bug
was
out.
comparing Jason Tatum and Kevin Durant. That's what we were
Okay.
comparing. And my main thing was if I see Kevin Durant regress because I don't even think Jason Tatum had that much of a better year. I don't even think it was that much better. I think KD was just hurt. So there's that. Then number two,
Oh
I
my
said if
God,
KD
that's
regresses
nasty
and
in the show.
JT keeps ascending, I said yes. Then I would sit here and say that. But as of right now, I'm not going to sit here and say that Jason Tatum is better than Kevin Durant because of who Kevin Durant is as a basketball player.
But listen, what you just did, you applied, you assumed about what I said and said, so a rookie can't be better than somebody already in the league. When I just used your words alone against you, that you said out your mouth that I didn't, I never said a rookie can be better. I never said a rookie
That's
can't be
actually
better than a
true.
vet.
How is
I
it
That's
Fight
actually
back,
true?
never,
true.
fight
I
back, fight back,
How
never,
is
Dub,
it
fight
I
back.
true? What do
never,
you mean
hold
fight
on,
back?
hold on.
I just reiterated. Wait. What do you mean fight back? I reiterated what I said in that statement between Jason
Cause
Tatum and
Dub,
Kevin Durant.
I
And even
never,
then, we was walking through this whole thing before we got
Yo, JT's
sidetracked with
face is
Jokic.
hilarious.
I said that Kevin Durant, that Jason Tatum, if Kevin Durant was healthy the whole year, he probably would
This
have
is
won.
going nowhere. Like this is
But
going
Jason
nowhere.
Tatum
Like
didn't even have that much.
both of y'all are arguing against points that y'all don't even believe in. So I feel like this is just
He's trying to say I
irrelevant.
said. He's trying to say I said something which I didn't. I didn't imply any of
But
that.
okay, exactly. And you don't believe in that logic, and neither does he. So next topic.
Oh,
Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Curry. Rank
that's
them
not
in order.
true, but all right. You said what?
Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Curry. Rank them in order.
Shaq, no, Bird,
Kobe,
Shaq, what? Bird, Shaq, Kobe, Curry.
Kobe, Bird, Shaq, Curry.
Why?
Kobe's a probably better scorer than Bird. I would say Kobe's a better defender than Bird. Playmaking is probably a wash because Kobe's a underrated playmaker. So you got that. Uh, so there we go. I think you guys have a problem with Kobe being over Bird, so I'm gonna just address that.
No, the whole thing.
I was
I think all right then Shaq. I mean Bird. Go ahead.
He don't even got an
my
argument for that. He don't
oh
even got an argument for that.
oh
Go
Bird.
no,
ahead,
because
JT.
So now I have to
I
now I
was
have to argue because I just thought about it in my head. Now I have to argue every single individual player on why I have Bird over Shaq and then Shaq over Kobe. That's what I have to do now.
Welcome to
No,
Bucket
not
City.
all
I
of
was
them. It's
gonna
just,
do it. I was gonna
oh
do it
yeah,
when I
I mean,
said
I
I
would
think
I
too.
I think Larry Bird was.
me.
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Oh well, we had a debate on Clubhouse the other day. Somebody asked me like, who would I prefer, Shaq or Kobe? And I said I prefer Kobe, but I've already explained earlier in the show like I just like two-way players. But if I had to rank them in order, I mean Shaq has he doesn't have to be first, but me, I'm gonna be. I don't know. I'd probably want Bird first out of any of them. Me personally, I want Bird over either one of them.
What,
Bird, I'd probably go Bird,
like picking your
Bird,
team,
Shaq.
like building your team, or
I like well Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Curry. I think that's all I'm gonna go in.
for building your team?
Yeah, Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Curry.
I'm just not really.
I have a reverse affirmative action team, so Bird's last.
How about you,
That's
Marcus?
that's bad, but I respect it.
Go
Um,
on.
I'm I'm taking Shaq first. I think he was just his peak was clear as everybody.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I had to take.
and
I had to.
I don't think so.
he was just the most impactful of all of them. Does had a longevity, even though he had some availability issues, but I think he was the best more than everybody else too. Bird and Kobe is a debate. I would go Bird though. Um, just off leadership, instant impact. He don't got the longevity of Kobe, but I think what we did get out of him and the weight that he carried over the course of his career, I would go Bird. Plus, I would probably give him a slight edge when it come to peak too, the slightest edge.
Three
Then I
straight
would.
MVPs.
You said what?
Three straight MVPs. Slight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still slight. I think both of their peaks is like tier two peaks,
Oh,
Kobe and Bird.
I think Kobe. I think Kobe and his ability to work with the pieces around him and impacted greatly to actually be able to compete. Mainly what he did with like Smush Parker, Kwame Brown in the playoffs. I mean, and winning that team to the playoffs what he did as soon as he got help from Paul Gasol, um, and Andrew Bynum, he went to 3 straight finals. I think that impact that Kobe brought, where as soon as you actually got him help, he went to 3 straight finals and actually was playing great all-time level. It's like I think that's probably the easiest person to build around because he doesn't need a lot. People, you talk about Shaquille O'Neal and Larry Bird and even Curry, all those guys when they won their rings probably had just as much or greater help than Kobe Bryant. Kobe had, I mean, Shaquille O'Neal, I mean, Shaq had Kobe too. And Kobe had Shaq for the first time. And Shaq won with Dwayne Wade, where
Who
Dwayne,
was just as good as Bird on Bird's team that won?
Kevin
Who
McHale
was
was
just as good as
fire,
Bird?
Robert Parrish was fire, Danny Ainge
They
was
or were they were just as good
They
as
weren't.
Bird? Or
Yeah, no, that's not.
wait, just as good as Bird. What do you mean just
I'm
as good?
asking, I'm asking. That's
like
my
in the
question, bro.
same,
I'm
like in
talking
the same tier as him.
I'm talking about the team, bro. Like the
Oh, I
team
thought you
was
were
a different
implying that.
team.
I thought you were implying that like Bird's help was like around just as good as him. I thought that's what you were implying. Never mind.
Nah, but so I'm looking at Kobe and what he did getting to 3 straight finals with the lesser help than everybody else on that team. I'm just like, bro, like Kobe's #1 on those guys.
Who's better, Kevin
Yeah,
McHale or Paul Gasol?
Kevin
Kevin
McHale.
McHale.
Probably.
Okay.
Andrew
Well,
Bynum.
I mean, when we compare it relative to like the '80s, Kevin McHale was one of those dudes. Paul Gasol, I think Kevin McHale in his time was better in his time than Paul Gasol in his time.
I think Kevin McHale's better. Period. I think Kevin McHale is one of the best low post scorers ever.
You can say that.
Mm.
I think in a
Like
vacuum, they not far off as players.
next to Hakeem, next to maybe Kareem, next to Duncan, Kevin McHale can stand with all those guys as far as like in the low post scoring. Like
For
just
sure.
scoring in the low post. Like I think Kevin McHale can hang with all those guys.
This nigga start
Kevin
laughing.
Kevin McHale and low post scoring can hang with Hakeem.
Yes.
Yo, I was just about to
Like
ask
just
that, bro.
this
I ain't gonna
like
lie to you.
just as far as scoring in the low post, yes. If I'm not mistaken, I think Hakeem used to work out with Kevin McHale. Or used to get
No,
trained from
that's
Kevin
that's
McHale.
that's real talk. That's not a yeah. That's real talk.
That's
Just
real?
low post, not everything, but just low post. Yeah, he was with the best of them.
Yeah.
So I'm giving Bird the slight edge over Kobe, and then Steph is last.
Hold on, Bird the slight. So who y'all got as y'all #1? Because I got Bird
Shaq,
as my
Shaq.
one.
nah,
Shaq.
Shaq.
So
I
get
don't
that
know.
fat
I think
ass man.
if Shaq isn't paired up with Kobe, I don't think we look at Shaq as just crazy ass sports like we do.
If
Maybe we
Kobe
don't
isn't
look at
piled up
Kobe
with
in the
Pau
same light.
Gasol, we don't look at Kobe the same.
Yeah, we don't look at Kobe in the same light if Shaq isn't there either. So I mean, I guess it works vice versa.
Yo, y'all gonna stop disrespecting the man that changed the game of basketball.
Josh, you don't
The
even like
greatest
Curry.
shooter of
Shut
Yeah.
up.
all
All
time.
four of them changed the game of basketball.
Not
You
like
don't
Curry.
even
You see
like
what Curry did?
All
Curry
four
changed
of
you
them
don't
changed the
even
game of
You see what he
basketball.
did?
Josh, you don't even like Curry.
Three-time
Shut
NBA
up.
champion.
All four of them changed the game of basketball. All four of
Listen,
them did
listen,
it.
listen, listen. My man Curry got niggas out the league. Like niggas can't get jobs because of Curry, man. The other three ain't do that.
That's true. It's not a good
Shaq
thing though.
changed offenses. Shaq made
But not
Shaq
like
made the
Curry,
league.
man. He
Shaq
couldn't
made
have
the
court
league
in the
allow
garden, man.
That's
zones.
not.
Shaq changed
That's
rules.
not.
Shaq
That's not true.
Shaq made the
That's not
league allow
true. That's
zones.
not true. That's not true. Curry didn't get people out of the league. People got their stuff out of the league.
No, Curry did.
No,
No,
Curry did that.
people got their
That's
stuff out of the
crazy.
league.
No,
People
Curry did
got their
that.
stuff out of.
but
No, all right.
who else
Case
didn't
in,
get their
hold
list?
on.
Who else didn't get their list?
No. Case in point. Nah, everybody get their list. Case in point. When Blake Griffin was dunking on everybody, what did he add to his game?
Shooting and playmaking.
So now, if you work on your game and you add to your game, are you able to stay in the league?
Let me ask you this: if Curry
Are
never
you,
entered,
yo,
no, because
Josh, if you're
look, I
able
get
to
what you're
work on
saying,
your
but listen,
game and then
I'm
I
gonna give
stay
you
get
in
the
the
what
other
you're
game,
side
are
of the
you
saying, but
argument.
listen.
I'm about to give you the other side of this argument, right? If Curry doesn't shoot the three ball like the way he does, and the Warriors don't play small ball and become successful, what happens to Blake Griffin?
nothing?
Do you think he's still gonna shoot the ball?
He was
Was he?
shooting
He
before
still like,
Steph was even a superstar.
and you got to understand, working on your game, and extending your game is just
I
being better. So now when I say they've decided to not get better, that's on them. Curry did not force anybody out of the league.
Yes, he
Get
did.
better.
The Warriors
Get better.
organization, when they started running that small ball lineup, that's when you see more bigs step out there and shoot the three ball. True or false?
Spencer Hay. So you remember Spencer? Not Spencer Hayward. Spencer Haas. Whatever the little Spanish guy was on the 76ers in 2000 and what? We could do 10, 11. When he was shooting threes, where was Curry at? When Dirk was shooting threes, where was Curry at? When Tony Kukoc was shooting threes, where was Curry at?
Okay, you're gonna have your outliers. Did I ever say everybody in the league? Did I ever say
When
that? Did I say
Lamar Odom,
everybody
the
in the league?
power forward, shot a three, where was Curry at?
Again, bro, did I said everybody? Did I say everybody? Did I say everybody?
So now, all I'm telling you is work
Bro,
on your
y'all arguing
game.
over words. Y'all arguing over words. Like,
Work
why
on
are we
your
arguing over
Because
game.
he
semantics?
like to play semantics all the time.
Work
Like I
no
never said
work on
everybody.
your game and become better. That's all you have to do.
So, Rel, the average big man that comes out of college, can they shoot the three ball? Yes or no?
The average, most likely,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, before Curry and the Warriors, did did they did they shoot the three ball, or did you have traditional big men?
You had traditional big men, but you
Oh,
still had
interesting.
big men
Okay, there we
that
go.
could step out and shoot threes.
So he still changed it, right? Because now the average big man that comes out of college is shooting a three ball. If they can't shoot the
Even if
three
he
ball, more than
changed,
likely a team is not going to want them
Josh, that's
unless
not
they're
what I'm
really desperate.
saying. Yes,
That's
he
what I'm saying.
changed
I get
it.
what you're saying, but that's what I'm saying.
He changed it, but people not being in
Oh,
the
okay, he
league,
changed it. So what are we arguing about if he changed it? What you just said it.
Even if
But
he
Josh,
changed the game,
he,
that don't put him over none of them other three guys.
He's a
he
better
never
shooter
he
than all
never
of them.
said no.
He
Y'all
a better
arguing
what?
over.
He's a better
But
shooter than all of them.
y'all arguing words, right? He never
Yeah.
said Curry didn't change the game. His thing was Curry got people out the league, and I kind of agree with his point. If you work on your game, you stay in the league longer. Like that, like just that point, I wouldn't give that to Curry. Like, of course, he changed the game. You give the credit of that to him. But as far as getting people out the league, nah. You work on your game, you'll stay in the league longer.
shit, Chris Bosh shot 3-pointers. He was known before Curry.
Chris
And you
Bosh
can't
is
say
more.
out. You can't say outliers because outliers is what 1 or 2. I just gave you 5 people. I gave you 5 people.
Named Spencer Hall.
I gave you
Spencer
5
Hall.
people.
You named
Hey
Spencer
man,
Hall.
what's the next one? What's the next one?
Down
What's the
bad
next
with
one, man?
that one. Spencer Halls.
I gave you 5 people, bro.
I'm gonna give you two teams, and
And
y'all
you
tell me
can't
which one
and
y'all
you
take.
can't say I'm down bad because you knew exactly who I was talking about once I said his name and explained who it was.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously, I know who Spencer Hawes was. Like, I
Why?
started watching
Why did?
basketball when Curry entered the league.
But why you knew who he was? Because it was interesting that a big man was shooting 3-pointers,
No, because
right?
he was garbage. I remember the garbage
Team
plays.
one's winning. Team one's winning. Team one's winning. Are we doing this?
Why
Dwight
is
Howard
Team
is
One winning?
killing Jokic.
What?
Huh?
Dwight Howard is killing Jokic.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, this show about to go
Dub, I
on
got a
for a
question.
while.
Hey, Dub, let me ask you this. Well, what post move is he killing him with?
Oh my
Great
god.
athleticism.
Yeah, I agree with that. He don't need
Great
no moves.
athleticism. He's gonna body the fuck out of him.
Okay. Jokic a big boy. He ain't no weak
And he
niggas
got
over there.
LeBron lobbing him the ball and CP3. Bro, Jokic is in for a nightmare.
Is anybody taking Team 2?
Me?
Why you taking Team 2, JT?
That's not even fair. You got KD, LeBron, Kobe on the same team.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
Giannis, Jokic, and Luka. What are we doing?
No, bro, that's not
I
fair.
hate when y'all do that. I hate. That's not
I was
fair.
like Giannis, Jokic, and Luka. I think just like first of all, this is like I feel like defense won't even fucking matter because nobody, no matter what, everybody's gonna be able to do whatever the fuck they want
No,
to do.
it matters.
T-Boney's defense is crazy.
Okay,
It
Okay,
first,
let me
matters.
not.
first.
Hold on.
So,
That's
so
what I'm.
let's
Hold on. Let me.
go
Let me.
ahead,
Let me. Hold
JT.
on. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't. Let me not. Let me rephrase it. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's like no one's gonna get stopped. Like no, I
Chris
don't
Paul.
see nobody on team one
Devin
stopping
Booker's
Luka.
getting stopped.
Oh yeah.
Jason
Well,
Tatum is not gonna have a very good night.
I don't know about that. I can't 100% agree with that. I
Luka,
can't.
Jason Tatum's not having a good night on LeBron James, bro. Come on, stop.
Why not?
Because he's
because
inconsistent.
he's
He has
not that
LeBron James
good.
guarding
He's
him.
not good enough.
I don't
So
agree
okay,
with
I
that.
get that,
Hold on.
but
Wait,
go
hold
ahead.
on. I disagree with that strongly because we've seen players who aren't as good as Jason Tatum is at this point play good against LeBron, even at his best.
You
Like
talking
who?
about Jason Terry?
Paul George.
This way get nasty.
Paul
And
Nah.
George.
cousins, cousins. We had this talk last night. We had this talk last night in that room when we was talking about Paul George in Indiana.
Nah, I fuck
I
with
don't
that
think.
because LeBron James can't lock nobody down. I'll give you that. He's not a
Yeah, that's what
lockdown.
I'm saying. No, I'm not
He's a
saying.
good
No, I'm not.
defender.
Now,
But I'm
now,
not
mind you,
saying.
I'm not saying
But
LeBron's not a good defender.
LeBron didn't have Kobe and Chris Paul with him and Dwight Howard behind him.
But Chris Paul not
Who's
stopping
Chris
Luka
Paul
You're
either.
guarding?
right. You're right.
Who
You're
Chris
right.
Paul
But like,
guarding? Luca?
Chris
but hold
Paul
on,
wouldn't guard Luca. Chris Paul would guard Devin Booker.
With all that,
Cooked.
with all that being said,
Who?
I'm not saying LeBron's not a great defender. I'm
Yo,
not saying
Devin
LeBron's
Booker
not
is
a great
cooking
defender.
Chris Paul. I'm sorry.
Devin Booker's
But
not cooking him.
when he goes against people who can, nobody matches LeBron's like physically, but who are guys who can look at him in the eye, not be fucking 6'2" while he's 6'9", and has a decent game. They don't get shut down. They still do what they do. Like
Is when
Tatum,
they
we
have a
see,
bag. Is when they have a bag.
yeah, like not even just
And,
a bag because
No,
we
you're right.
seen
You're
Jimmy.
right.
Yeah,
You're
we
right.
seen
You're right.
Jimmy scoring. We seen
No,
Jimmy
you're right.
and not even just the bubble. And when he played in Chicago, Jimmy had a great series with LeBron being his primary defender.
No,
Like
you're
we've
right.
seen
You're right.
players who aren't as good as Jason Tatum play good against LeBron. So I don't see why
yeah, but we've
LeBron is
seen it
so.
in that context.
Jason
Like I don't,
Tatum
I don't,
even.
I don't
Jason
think, I don't
Tatum
think
even
in the context of
on
these
his
two
28.
teams, Jason Tatum is going.
I don't think
I
he has
just,
a bad night though. I don't think he has a bad night. I
Okay,
can say
it's
he
a,
gets.
I'm with
it's
I
a
you.
can say he
rough
gets
one.
20.
I'm with you.
I
It's a
can say he
rough
gets
one.
20. I can say he
So,
gets 25 or 44% from the field. I can say
so
that, right?
can we go by matchup? So Chris Paul versus Luca, who wins that matchup?
Luca,
Yeah,
but Chris Paul's not gonna be guarding Luca.
Chris Paul
Let's
wouldn't
not
guard
say
Luca though. Yeah,
you probably gonna put
So
Kobe
Chris
on Luca.
Paul versus
And
Devin
I
Booker,
seen
who wins
Luca
that
fry
matchup?
Kawhi. I seen Luca fry Kawhi, so I'm confident Luca's frying whoever's in
So
front of
Chris
him.
Paul versus Devin Booker, who wins that matchup?
Chris
That's what
I
we
Paul.
think
have.
they Chris Paul wins the matchup, but I don't think Chris Paul stopping Book from scoring. That's another thing. I
I'm
don't think
sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Dwight Howard is fucking Jokic up.
and
I
and
don't know
vice versa
how,
on the
man.
other side. And vice
Nah,
versa on the other side.
Dwight
Vice
is
versa.
Dwight. The defense that Dwight brings, bro. Come on.
The same defense Dwight brings is about the same defense that Rudy Gobert brings, and Jokic
Don't
dropped
you
50
fucking
on him.
dare. Don't
No,
you fucking
no.
dare. Don't do that. Don't
What?
do it. Don't.
I just think Dwight was
Dwight
more
is a
mobile,
hands
more
down better
agile.
defender than Rudy.
Do y'all think he could guard Jokic on perimeter if he comes out there?
I don't see.
Yes.
I don't
Jokic
Yeah,
ain't
think.
that fast.
All right.
I don't think
I, don't,
Dwight's gonna stop
I
what
think y'all
Jokic
overrating
does
Dwight
though.
right now.
Like just Jokic as the playmaker and as efficient as he is in the paint. I don't think Dwight slows. Let me not say I don't think Dwight slows it down because Dwight's gonna have an effect, but I don't think it's gonna be like the defense team one has. I don't think it hurts team two so severely that team two can't win. That's what I'm
I think
saying.
it does because I think team defense is an important factor, and the fact that all of this team on team one is not a liability, maybe besides Kevin Durant,
But
allows
even with
you
that,
to
this is
run.
why this is where everything breaks apart, right? This is where everything breaks apart, and I was gonna get to it. Giannis, because Kevin Durant is not staying on. You better not put Kevin Durant on Giannis. You
Fuck it,
better
I'll
not
put
do it.
KD on Giannis. I'll put KD on Jason Tatum. I'll live with that. I'll put LeBron on Giannis.
You
Oh,
seen what
he's
happened.
cooked.
You seen what
Kevin
happened.
Durant is
You
cooked. I'm
seen what
sorry.
happened
Yeah, he's
this year.
getting
What
cooked.
happened?
He's
You
getting
You
cooked.
see
seen what
what
happened.
happened? He was
You
playing
seen what
inefficient.
happened.
He was playing inefficiently, bro.
He played
Exactly.
inefficiently.
He's getting cooked.
Jason
I ain't gonna
Tatum.
hold.
Tatum averaged like 29 on 47% from the field.
There was
That's
48,
not.
I think.
there was games he shot
There was
efficiently. Then there
one
was games.
game. There was one game.
I fucking hate these fucking stats.
There was one game. Katie got fried and locked up. Like, and not to mention last year when Tatum gave his ass 50.
So, Dub,
And
which Kevin?
earlier this season, and earlier this year when Tatum gave his ass another 50.
So Dub, so Dub,
Yeah, I had to give him that one. He not. Yeah,
so Dub, which Kevin Durant you think this is? Dub, what Kevin Durant you think this is? Which version of him?
Any of them,
OKC,
they getting
Warriors, or
fucked over.
Nets?
Like
What?
what?
that's a fact.
Wait. Which?
Which
Oh, is this
KD
the
you
early?
think?
Is this the early Kevin Durant?
You gonna put the early KD
It,
on Giannis?
it
No, because
depends
we
on
got
what
Chris
prime
Paul,
you.
Kobe, LeBron James, and Dwight.
Which Kevin Durant you think is in his prime? And I don't know.
Warriors.
This is the best Kevin Durant we have. This is the best
Oh,
defensively. This is the best Kevin Durant we have, and he got fucked over by Tatum. So no matter what Tatum it is, he's gonna fuck KD up. I mean, no matter what KD it is, he's gonna fuck him up. No matter what KD it is, Giannis gonna smoke him.
Shamaria, these were
So
all
either one of
NBA
those
teams. I
matchups,
hope you know that.
your best bet is to put LeBron on Giannis. But then even with that, I don't see like that's what I mean by their defense. It falls apart severely just because KD can't guard nobody on the floor.
What about fucking Luca, bro?
You gonna put KD on Luca?
No.
No,
You gonna
he's
put
saying
KD
Luca
on
can't
Luca?
guard
What about
nobody.
Luca's defense? What about Devin
Yeah,
Booker's defense? What about Jokic's defense? What
Lucas,
about Giannis? What about Giannis's perimeter defense?
I
They're
think they
all
can
gonna
get
take
timely
advantage of
stops.
it.
They could play timely defense. They get
that's
timely stops.
that's what I was
That's what I
that's
think
what
they
I,
could do.
that's what I was gonna say. The thing about
look,
team two
I,
is they're not that like Chris Paul's Chris Paul's a great defender, right? But he's not 6'8". He's 6 feet tall, and
Stop,
that
stop,
matters. And that matters. It
stop,
matters.
stop,
It
He
simply
said,
stop,
does.
"Stop,
stop,
stop,
It
stop,
stop,
simply
stop,
does.
stop."
stop. The team one can play defense as a better as a collect than team two can, and they could force them to more tougher shots than team two ever could
I
dream
don't
of.
think they. I don't
that's a
think they
fact.
force them. I don't think they force them into that many shots just
Why? It's
because
not 1-on-1. Why do you think it's going to be 1-on-1
I
basketball?
was
all the
finna
time? It's not
explain. I'm
1-on-1.
not.
I'm trying to figure
I
out.
never said. I never said it was gonna be
Chris Paul ain't
one-on-one
guarding
basketball.
nobody. I
I
don't
never
care what
said it
y'all
was gonna be
said. Chris
one-on-one
Paul getting
basketball.
cooked.
But this is something that I've been religious with saying. I don't think there's not one person who you can put in front of Giannis that will slow him down from when he's attacking. So when you have Giannis Antetokounmpo and he's going to attack a
So
Chris Paul,
LeBron
a
James,
Kobe, a LeBron,
LeBron
a
James should
KD, a
probably
Dwight,
LeBron James
you
should
have to
probably just as
press.
physical. You saying LeBron James is probably just as physical than Giannis? You really don't think? You really don't think that
No,
LeBron could sit here and make art
Yeah, yes, he
without him?
no,
could.
Really?
If
I'm
if we
not
going by
knocking
if
him.
we going by the years that these teams was from, like 2012, Bron, he definitely could. Dog,
I
if
don't
Grant
know.
Williams if Grant Williams can give Giannis problems like peak Bron, come on, dog.
Like, come on, bro.
Well, you know what? Now you got to. You know what? Now y'all got a point because I forgot the Grant Williams shit. I forgot about that.
So who's Kevin
That
Durant
slipped my
guarding
mind.
again? If you putting LeBron
He
on
gonna have to
Giannis,
guard Tatum. He got to.
he's getting cooked. Yeah,
The
I agree
main
with that.
person I'm worried about, is Luca, because Luca fucking, I don't know, that dude's special.
I'll
So
say
I
this.
don't
You
know
know what?
who's guarding
I can
Luca.
admit when I'm wrong. I
Nobody's
can admit when
guarding
I'm
him.
wrong.
Kobe.
I can
Nobody.
admit when I'm wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong.
KD.
I'll say team
No,
1 and
Kobe.
6. Team 1 and 6. I'll say that.
Luca's the X factor because
So out of Kawhi
I
and
haven't
Kobe,
seen
who y'all think
anybody
is the better
stop Luka
perimeter
at all.
defender? Out of Kobe and Kawhi,
They're probably about the same level.
Kawhi.
because we watched Luca cook Paul
Kawhi,
George and Kawhi twice in a playoff series.
I don't think that's peak defensive Kawhi
But
though.
yeah, that's not peak defensive Kawhi, but that's still a good defensive Kawhi Leonard though. I would probably give Kobe the slight edge, but still, it's like I haven't seen nobody stop.
Samaria, they
this
said
fucking
Chris
kid,
Paul
bro.
is guarding D Book. That's what they told me.
Chris Paul, yeah, I'll follow with Chris Paul going.
I just
At,
my
at the
my
end of
main
the
thing
day,
is like I
team two.
don't see.
At the end of the day, to the 2022 team would just they would just straight up have the two worst players on the floor and another player who's defensively like at the very best is neutral.
Two
It's
worst is
just
crazy.
yeah, D Book and Jason Tatum, the two worst players on that floor.
And Jokic.
I don't. I think it's Chris Paul and Dwight, but that's me.
No, you
And
crazy. In 2012, hell no, huh?
Like
Before
Dwight
was in there.
offensively, what I'm supposed to be scared of?
You said what?
I do have a
Like
question
Bro,
for
you're
offensively, what I'm
playing
supposed to be scared of
with
Dwight
crazy
for? Like
shot,
what?
crazy shot. You're
Throwing
playing with
lobs?
Chris
Come on.
Paul and LeBron James, who sit here and make fucking bigs look better than what they are.
Yeah, with
I have
KD.
Luka
Chris
and Jokic like two primary playmakers,
Chris Paul does this for a living,
and
bro.
I could spread out the floor better
he gave
with
Clint
Team
Capella
2
a
than Team
contract.
1. If we
He
being
gave
honest,
DeAndre Jordan a contract. Damn, he's about to give DeAndre Ayton a contract whenever he goes to another team.
Imagine Luka and Jokic on the same team playing off each other. Just imagine that.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just don't.
Yeah,
You're crazy.
defensively, it's just not.
I think
It
Luka
just don't hold up.
I think Luka and Embiid would probably be better than Luka and Jokic.
Y'all can say that the defense won't hold up, but I don't think Team 1 can guard Team 2 either.
So now
I
you're
think it's
on
gonna
the
be an
defense.
offensive
Now you're on the
shootout.
defensive back, Marcus. Wow, look at you.
I think it's gonna become a shootout, and I trust Team 2.
I've always talked about defense.
Tatum over Braun.
I'll say this. Look,
better offensively to me.
She talking shit.
The 2022 team just don't have enough advantages. Like I said, they got the 2 worst players on the floor. I don't mean they bad. They just got the 2 worst players. They got 2 other players who can be exploited defensively with the right matchups. Like Giannis has his Team 1 just too dynamic. They got too many ways. Like offensively they could go. They got defensively they're versatile. It's just too much. It's just too much. Team 1 and 6. Team 1 and 6. I go with that because Giannis is gonna get you. Yeah.
Team 1 and 4. Dwight is killing Jokic.
Team 2 and 6.
No.
I can confidently say outside of LeBron James, at everybody at their best, Giannis is the second best player out of everybody on here. Everybody at their best, I can confidently say that.
Giannis is better than Kobe at Kobe's best.
At his best, Giannis at his best, I take Giannis. I take Giannis over Kobe at their best. Yeah, I think so. Because I don't even think we're still seeing Giannis at his best yet. And I think Giannis just this past year.
And you know what?
JT, what you just said almost made me get back on Clubhouse. But I don't know.
I'm not mad at it.
No, I'm not yet.
Can y'all honestly, truly say we've seen the best of Giannis yet?
No.
I don't even got to project. I would just say peak Giannis or peak Kobe. When I weigh it out, give me peak Giannis.
Nah, get the hell out of here, bro. Stop.
Why?
That's been nasty all show. This is crazy.
Why?
Nasty all show.
I'm living off nostalgia.
Y'all try to convince me that first of all, Jokic is a fucking good defender. Then
he is a good defender.
Let's see the other one.
We never said it great. We said good.
Nobody said he was a good defender. We said he wasn't a negative.
I think he's a negative. Anyways,
it's your opinion, bro. We can't argue. We can't.
Now you sitting here telling me that
shouldn't the Nuggets have like one of the worst defenses if your center is a defensive negative?
A peak Giannis team defense. A peak Giannis.
Right? He's still the center. You can't come on, dog. You can't.
Is better than a peak Kobe? Never.
Why not?
They both said this.
Kobe's a
what does peak? Hold on. What does peak Kobe do better than peak Giannis?
Kobe's a hands down better scorer. Kobe's
hands down.
Hands down.
Yes, hands down. What?
Based on what?
Hands down is crazy.
Please say skill. Please say skill. Please say skill. Please.
Please. If he say skill, I'm logging out.
Please.
What do you think?
Skill don't.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
He said if he
please
takes
say
skill, I'm logging out. I'm flying.
Please say skill. Please say skill.
Skill don't matter. Skill don't matter.
Please say skill.
So the way
no. Not skill don't matter. Not skill don't matter. You said scoring, right? You said scoring. Now, right. If me and you are in a competition, Dub, and I say I'm gonna pick Giannis as a scorer, and you say you're gonna pick Kobe as a scorer, and we made a bet, and we just told them go out and score as many points as you possibly can. Mm-hmm. Who you think is gonna score more points?
81.
Nah, Kobe. Yeah, that's Kobe. When you say it like that, that's Kobe. I wouldn't have said it like that.
Twice about it. If Kobe's going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, not the Boston Celtics in that series, I expect Kobe to have a better shooting performance than Giannis.
Huh?
Show me.
So what you expect him to shoot?
If KD, who's the most efficient scorer ever, couldn't be efficient against them, what you think Kobe gonna do?
Really, that's what we're doing? So we're dismissing the team. We're dismissing the players on who they had on the team to see who allowed it. Wait. So the Boston Celtics, who they sat here and they were able to double on Kevin Durant because there wasn't a lot of floor spaces on there. So they were doubling him consistently. That's why I said if I put Kobe Bryant on the Milwaukee Bucks because there's floor spacing there, Kobe Bryant is not sitting here having a game where he's 14 for fucking
Let me ask
32.
you a
He
question,
scored
right?
30 on like 30 shots, bro.
Can Goran Dragic space
You
the
really
floor?
arguing for Kobe being more efficient than anybody. This is crazy.
In today's league, bro, Kobe Bryant's
We're not
numbers
talking
were
about today's league,
I
dog.
don't
Let's go
care
back to
about
let's
today.
go back to
I'm
just
talking
this
about what
series. Let's go
happened
back to
when he
just
in
was
this
today's
series.
playing.
league. Why
Can
not?
go,
You
hold
really
on.
think
Can
that Giannis
wait,
could be
hold
just
on.
as
Time out.
efficient in Kobe's time?
Dub, please. Can Goran Dragic space the floor?
This year, what he was doing
Yes.
this year, the Boston Celtics was not respecting him like that. And you'll lie.
I'm Dub. I'm
You'll
just
sit here
asking
and
yes or
lie.
no. Dub, I'm just
JT.
asking yes or no
No,
questions.
no,
I'm just
no, no,
asking yes or no
JT. I'm
questions.
answering your question because this is what happened. Because these are the
That's
facts
not
that
yes or
happened.
no.
The Boston Celtics were sitting here. They wasn't respecting Goran Dragic as a shooter.
And he was hitting it. He was making it.
They
He
weren't
was
just
making
because
them.
he was making it. Don't mean they're respecting it, bro. What are you
But
talking
that's
about?
a
But Dub, that's not the point.
Yes,
but
it
no,
is the
that's
point
that. But
because
the
it's
thing about that is that
we're
hold
talking
on.
about
But
the defensive scheme.
the thing
No, no,
about
no, hold on,
spacing
wait.
and
No,
gravity
no,
is
Marcus,
it's only
Marcus.
hold on. I'm not
No, we're
disagreeing with
talking
you.
about the defensive scheme of things, and we're talking
No,
about the defensive scheme and the
I
No,
Boston
cousins,
Celtics.
understand.
please,
Regardless of
cousins,
what
please,
they're doing, bro, they're not
Okay.
no.
respecting it.
Watch this. Dub,
Yeah, watch this,
Dub.
watch this.
All right. You're a coach. You tell your players, y'all leave Stephen Curry open. Leave Stephen Wardell Curry open. Does that minimize how much he can space the floor? Yes or no?
What we're debating is
No, that's
the
no. We were never
defensive
debating. I
scheme.
was asking you a
That's what
question.
I'm debating. I'm not talking
But I
about
wasn't
Goran Dragic
debating with
as a
you. I
floor
just asked
spacer.
you a
I'm
question. I just
I'm
asked
not
you a
I'm
question.
I'm not debating that. I'm not debating Goran Dragic as his floor space. That's not what I'm talking about. But as I'm
But
talking
you
about the
know, but
defensive
you
scheme,
said Kobe
you're asking
spacing.
me that question. You're asking me that question because of the way that the Boston Celtics play defense. Because that's the main conversation that we're having. So if that's the main conversation we're having, what you're saying is probably not false. But the Boston Celtics, I can't change what they were doing, and that's what they were doing. Bruce Brown was having what 15 points, 20 points, and he was doing it on good efficiency. They was living with him with the ball in his hands. Goran Dragic too. They was living with that. When KD's having the ball, as soon as he cross by his defender, there's bodies all over there, bro.
Exactly, Dub. Exactly. You brought up the fact that KD was getting doubled. And you said something about KD, like on the double team, whatever, bro. Then you said something about spacing and how the Nets didn't have spacing. The Nets had more than enough spacing. Boston just didn't give a fuck about it. They said, Kevin Durant, you're not beating us.
That's fine.
But,
That's
but
fine.
right. So, like to go back to what I was originally stating, Kevin Durant is the most efficient scorer in NBA history, probably. If KD is going to have an inefficient scoring series, what do you think Kobe
But this is
Bryant
why.
would do?
This is why I'm saying it all depends on the team that who he's on.
He has the exact
If
same Nets team.
Giannis is on the Nets, if Kobe's on the Nets, I expect them to be terrible because they're able to double him. But if Kobe's on and KD is on the Bucks, where there's way more floor spacing, I don't expect that same thing to happen. If you're gonna sit here and try to tell me that the defensive scheme for Giannis on the Bucks was the same on KD on the Nets, it's not true because
No, I
They
think
built
so.
there was
So
way
hold on.
more one-on-one
So let
opportunity
me
for Giannis
let
out
me
there.
say two things,
Way
right?
more.
Let me say two things. One, to a certain extent, it is the same. It's only the same just because the amount of attention that they brought was based on where they were most dangerous. So of course, on an island on the perimeter, yeah, Grant Cool down there. When Giannis gets closer and closer to the paint, it's collapsing because that's where Giannis is most deadly. KD is more deadly on a wing, so that's where he was seeing more of his doubles. So it's essentially the same thing. It's just in different. It's like hotspots in 2K. Whoever the whatever was the greener hotspot, that's what we seeing more Celtics jerseys. But two, the thing about the spacing and how you react to it is that we really it's defense dependent. Like when JT asked a question about what if you just leave Steph open, that's actually a good question and that's actually a true thing because like spacing and gravity, it only it only has as much true effect as a defense wants it to have. Like if I just said, even if Steph, Giannis, whoever, if I said, hey, you whoever it is, you got them all game, we're never doubling, you'll never truly feel the sheer impact of somebody's gravity ever. It's all defense dependent. Like if I if it's, if they just if like whoever If Udoka told the Celtics, "I don't give a fuck. You can leave Steph open if you want. Nothing gets to the paint," and they just always collapse to the paint, then Steph's gravity, the gravity that he has, won't be felt because the defense isn't really reacting to it. So, like the idea of spacing and gravity is really dependent on what the defense wants to give up. Just because, like, it's not an automatic.
Okay, yeah,
It's
I
And
see
also, and also, and also, also,
what
also,
you're
also,
saying.
before
That
you
was
do it,
my point.
the
Hold on, Dad.
same, this,
Why come I'm gonna start talking and then you just gonna hijack my thing
because
like
I
I
want,
said?
because I had to add something before he started talking. I had to add one more thing. We know Kobe is not the most efficient player ever. Not saying he's not good. Not saying that. We know Kobe's inefficiency. That's just something he doesn't care about.
Overrated.
Yeah, that's something he just doesn't care about. Giannis, Giannis Antetokounmpo played this exact same Boston Celtics team, and like Cousin said, Giannis seen the doubles where he's effective at. Giannis averaged way. Giannis averaged 35 on 45% from the field on that. KD averaged like 25, shooting 36, 39% from the field.
So just
And K,
because
hold on, wait. The same places KD is most effective is the exact same places Kobe's more effective.
this is why it's terrible logic, because just because we can all agree Kevin Durant, this was a bad series. This was a bad series, correct? In Kevin
mm-hmm,
Durant's whole time in his career, this is one of his worst series, correct?
mm-hmm.
His worst, yes.
That's like me saying LeBron James in 2011, Kobe, Kobe, Giannis, just because that defense and what they did, that nobody could sit here and fucking do it if LeBron James couldn't do it, because LeBron James had the bad series. LeBron James is playing bad. Since he played bad, that means whoever was going to go up against that 2011 Mavericks team, that nobody could fucking do it. That's what you're telling me.
That's
And
not
To
what I'm telling
me,
you.
this is one of the
to,
worst marks on Kevin
to,
Durant's career.
to me, the difference would be that I don't think that Maverick series was. I don't think the reason for his underperformance was the Mavericks as much as to LeBron as much as the Celtics defense was the reason for KD
I
underperforming.
think the main thing that happened with the Nets this year was there was obviously a lack of playmaking because James Harden left, and James Harden left, and they already built the chemistry they had when James Harden was there, and that lack of playmaking really showed when he was gone. KD got hurt, so they didn't have time to adjust to that. Kyrie Irving wasn't there, and they still didn't have time to adjust to that. So the Brooklyn Nets, there was a lot of things going against them. They couldn't build the right chemistry. They couldn't get a flow of the offense because there wasn't a lot. The guys didn't play a lot of the games together. So I'm sorry. Like, if you want to talk about the main reason on why Kevin Durant struggled, that's part of it too. But hey, not Kevin Durant and what he did and everything. This isn't excuses. But if I want to look at things from a non-biased and non-trying to fucking win a
I
debate or
know
anything,
exactly what
just
he's
for
going to
pure
say.
basketball, that's mainly why the Brooklyn Nets struggled, bro. Because we all know, we all watch basketball. Chemistry matters, right?
Yeah,
Chemistry, flow of the offense matters, right?
yeah,
If you
Yeah,
lose a playmaker like James Harden, you need time to adjust to that, correct?
yeah.
true.
They didn't have time to adjust to that. That's why I say I can't sit here and say, oh, just because Kevin Durant struggled against the Boston Celtics, Kobe Bryant can't sit here and do it.
Why not though?
I'm not gonna. I mean, he's gonna struggle. Like he's just gonna struggle, dog.
If
He's a
they're double teaming
he's
Curry,
a
if they're
struggler.
doubling Kobe the same way they double Kevin Durant, if they're playing the exact same defense they played against Kevin Durant against Kobe, how does Kobe prevail against that in a way Kevin Durant couldn't? If
Again,
Kevin Durant is
It all depends on the pieces that's around. Like some of the pieces that's around really helps. If Giannis is on the Brooklyn Nets, there's not a lot of floor spaces on there, so they're sending them guys immediately.
there's not spacing on the
Immediately.
Brooklyn Nets,
The Boston Celtics wasn't respecting that, so they're sending the guys immediately, way
but that
faster
goes
than what
back to why I asked though.
was.
They're still spacing. If you replace Kevin Durant with Giannis, I promise you,
If you want
Brooklyn,
to be real, you had Kyrie Irving, Seth Curry, Goran Dragic, who just got part of the team, so he's not even
he's
100%.
still. How
He's
is he
still a
not
shooter.
100%? He's
He's
still a
still a
shooter.
shooter.
He's still, bro, but the Celtics wasn't respecting it like that.
And that's
He's
hold
still.
on,
That's three.
Hold on, JT. But Dub, that's what I'm saying. No matter what, that's why if you have it, the pieces don't matter because the defense we're talking about chose to ignore it on
He's
another
the one
team
who keeps bringing up the pieces.
in
That's who
another.
he's bringing up.
No, so the pieces don't matter then. because no matter what the pieces were, the Celtics just kept saying, "I
Hey
don't give a
Josh, don't
fuck
do
about them."
Josh.
We both can
I gotta
we
talk to
both
you.
can
But
say
the pieces,
hold on, we both can say Kyrie is a floor spacer. Patty Mills is a floor spacer. Dragic is a floor spacer. Even to a certain extent, Bruce Brown is a floor spacer. So they're all so in theory it should be floor spacing. The Celtics said, "Fuck it, I don't care." So
okay.
therefore the pieces don't even matter. It don't matter. Those could
Well,
be
why
four
did they respect?
non-shooters.
Why come they respected? Why come they respected the Bucks floor spacing? Then?
They really didn't.
What?
They didn't.
They
And the
collapsed on
Bucks
Giannis
and the
every
Bucks
they
didn't.
colla- they
They
collapsed on
mainly,
Giannis
they
every
mainly,
chance.
they mainly were collapsing on Giannis when he was sitting there in the post, and they would come from behind him and try to double him from that way.
Exactly. When he got
Majority of the
closer to
time.
the paint,
But most of
when
the
he's
time,
most
Giannis was 1-on-1.
yes, on the perimeter. And then when he would drive and get to the paint where he's
Sometimes
most
even when
effective,
driving, he was 1-on-1.
sometimes, sometimes. But for the majority of the time, when he got to the paint, they collapsed, leaving the shooters open. The shooters just wasn't hitting their shots. They did in game one, and they won that one pretty handily. Then for the rest of the series, they weren't hitting their shot. And they would vary it. Sometimes they would stay home, and sometimes they wouldn't. They kind of varied it game by game.
You want to know? You want to know
And
Goran Dragic? You want to know Goran Dragic's 3-point percentage this year?
sure.
25.
What was it for that series?
So you don't think Goran Dragic is a just in general? Do you think Goran Dragic is a
All
good
I'm
perimeter
saying,
shooter?
all I'm saying is when we're sitting here talking about putting things into context. That's why you can't just go off of the name bullshit. We talk about the context of Goran Dragic. He wasn't playing all year long. They
What about
just
Seth Curry?
Seth Curry was playing all year long.
I know. What about
But he
him? What
wasn't on
about
the
his
team.
percentage?
But you
What,
said he wasn't on the team.
what are you talking about? I'm talking about Goran Dragic. He wasn't. There's a difference from you playing and you going to a different team and you literally not playing.
Okay. What about Seth Curry?
Seth Curry, yes, that was a floor spacer. Kyrie Irving,
Patty
yes,
What
Mills.
about Kyrie Irving? Okay.
that,
Bruce Brown. What's his
no
percentage?
floor. They were not. They were living with the ball in fucking Bruce Brown's hands every single
That
time.
that
That's
that was
not the
very bad.
He's
question
not.
though, Dub.
He's not
That's
a
not
floor
the
spacer.
question.
He's
That's
not a
not the question. You keep talking about they're living with the balls in his hands. That's Boston's defense.
Bruce Brown's
That's
a floor
not
spacer
Brooklyn's.
now. Bruce Brown's a floor spacer
Oh,
now.
this a good
No.
conversation right
What
here.
what I'm saying what I'm
He's a
saying
floor
is
spacer.
up
Bruce Brown's
a
a floor
floor.
spacer.
No. What I'm saying is a floor spacer really doesn't exist until the defense chooses to make you that.
I agree with that statement. That's not
So if
true.
I say so if Team Cousin is playing Team Dub, you could have you could be the only person who can't shoot, and you could have 50% 3-point shooters. If I tell my defense I don't give a fuck what they shoot, nothing in the paint, they're gonna be open. Or if I tell them stay home, you can have a team full of
A floor.
non-shooters.
No. A
The
floor.
best you can hold on. You can have a team where everybody on your team shoot 29% from three. If I tell my team, hey, don't let no open threes get shot, those players become floor
A,
spacers because that's how they're reacting to them.
a floor spacer is a floor spacer regardless of that. Patty
I
Mills.
like that.
It's not though.
Goran Dragic was
I like
not a
that, cousin.
Goran Dragic was not
How
a floor.
how are you a floor spacer
Bruce
if you're
Brown.
literally not spacing
Bruce
my
Brown.
floor?
Bruce Brown was not a floor spacer this year. You had Kyrie Irving. He shot terrible percentages, but guess what? They still respected him and they were still guarding him. Seth Curry, they were guarding him, and Patty Mills was there, yes. But Patty Mills and Seth Curry was barely on the same court at the same time with one another. So really, we want to talk about it. They only had two floor spacers, two consistent floor spacers on the court at the same time.
They
Putting the
was
ball.
playing them four guard lineups with KD at the five.
So the Brooklyn
Hey,
Nets don't have any floor spacing. That's what I'm hearing. That's what you want to say.
Compare
That's your
when I'm
statement.
comparing it when I was comparing it to the Bucks, it's not. No, the Bucks have way better floor spacing than the Brooklyn Nets. If I compare it to the Bucks,
They left the
I
Bucks
think
shooters
I,
open.
yeah, I think they just chose to play them different, and that's it.
Now,
Like
Dub, I
spacing,
gotta
spacing and
confidently tell
gravity
me,
is just
confidently
based
tell
on
me,
what a defense choose to give you.
please confidently tell me that the Bucks shooters are better than the Nets shooters.
that the Bucks floor spacing in the playoffs,
No, the
yeah.
Bucks shooters are better than the Nets
No,
shooters.
I said the Bucks floor spacing was better
That's
than the
not what
Brooklyn
I
Nets
asked you,
floor
bro. That's
spacing.
not what I asked you, bro. That's not
Yeah.
what I asked you.
Let's say shooters
Are
as
the Bucks shooters better than the Brooklyn Nets shooters?
due to what happened in the playoffs, yes.
You running from the question, bro. Like
He's not running
it's
from
a
the
simple question. Like
because
it's simple.
you're trying to context into a way to try to make me say
I'm
something.
not contexting anything. I'm
Yes,
asking
you
a
are.
question.
Yes, you are.
No,
You're
no. I'm not. I'm not contexting anything. I'm asking a simple question.
You're trying to shift.
I'm not shifting anything.
You're
I'm
trying
not
to
shifting
shift the
anything.
argument.
You've shifted every argument we've had today.
I'm
I'm
not
not shifting
shifting the
anything.
argument. I'm keeping it on topic, and I'm talking about the playoffs in
You
general.
haven't kept anything on topic.
So,
I
Dub,
asked you a simple question and you never answered not one of them.
before the
Because
playoffs started, who would you say had the better
the Brooklyn
shooter?
Nets, if you want to sit here and talk about the Milwaukee Bucks against the Boston Celtics, bro, when you sit here and look how much floor spacing there was, it was definitely way greater than the fucking Brooklyn Nets. And we could say, I guess we're
It's
gonna have
only
to
that because they double teamed KD and they said, look, KD, you're not beating us. No matter what, you are not beating us. I don't give a fuck. Goran Dragic, Seth Curry, Patty Mills, y'all can shoot the fucking lights out. KD, you ain't beating us.
So then again,
That's what
let
they
me
said.
ask you this. If KD's on the Bucks, do you think that they play that same type of defense?
They're gonna play the same way because Kevin Durant is a black hole.
I don't believe so.
I called him a black
I
hole.
don't believe so.
Fine.
He's not a black hole. What?
You called him Galacticus.
Why you call him? Why he gotta be a black hole?
Like what, bro? No bullshit. No. Switch. Just switch. Plug KD off. Plug Giannis off. Switch them. Drop Giannis on the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving, with Seth Curry, with Patty Mills, with Goran Dragic, with Bruce Brown. You mean to tell me they're gonna leave them niggas open when Giannis can just run to the goal?
Yo, Dub, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
They're gonna leave him open, bro. What are you talking about? Not Kyrie, or Seth Curry, but Bruce Brown.
Dub,
them, bro.
So you're telling me if Giannis is attacking downhill, they're gonna leave them shooters open?
Bruce Brown, Goran Dragic, yes.
They're gonna leave them open.
But when it comes to Kyrie,
I agree with that. They are
Kyrie
because they're gonna collapse on the paint. That's what they did. That's what
they're
they were
gonna
doing.
collapse as soon as he penetrates. Is the point?
They're gonna lose. They're going to lose because Giannis is a better passer than KD. And that's how you get that. He's a better passer than KD.
No, he's not, bro. How is
I don't think that's crazy.
You're acting like Giannis. All Giannis does is drive and kick. That's this drive, kick. You think KD can't drive and kick, and he wasn't trying to do that?
He's a better passer than the man. Like he has better vision, better timing. That he reads defenses better. He's just like playmaking wise, he's just better. And that's saying that with KD making great improvements as a playmaker.
The only thing Giannis that I would sit here and say he's probably better in playmaking than Kevin Durant is probably the drive and kick factor. But fucking Kevin Durant can drive and kick.
Wait, hold on. I got a question.
Oh my God,
because I believe in the driving kick thing. I've always talked about that, right? So
yeah, you have
driving kicking, right? What does KD do? KD is Chris Paul. KD setting up plays. KD doing this. KD doing that.
No. JT, I'm gonna tell you right now. Was Giannis running a pick and roll?
No.
He's the roll man when they do.
Exactly my point. That's a part of playmaking, correct?
And what is Kevin Durant in the pick and roll?
But he could run that.
He's more the handler.
I'm not gonna say he's like Chris Paul, but he runs that pretty well. He could drive and kick pretty well. I see him make some passes, even on the Bucks, even against the Boston series. I was like, damn, that's a good ass pass. Like, you're not gonna sit here and just dismiss Kevin Durant just because Giannis is.
This is the difference between the two.
We're not gonna dismiss him because he's better.
This is the real difference.
Driving and kicking, really?
This is the real difference between the two, right? KD only playmates when he has to. That's the only time you will ever see him do it.
Yes.
He's not, but Giannis is more willing to do it. He would do it even when he doesn't have to do it. So in that factor, to me, he's better.
That. And I'll agree with that, Josh. I'll agree with that.
All right. Don't you agree with? Can you agree with that,
JT?
JT?
No, because my I started this whole thing saying Giannis is a better passer than Kevin Durant. Vision-wise, who has better vision?
It's Giannis.
I don't really.
Giannis has the better finish.
Like, it's
I
not
don't know
really
what.
that far off. It's not.
It's not
I
that
think
far
we're
off.
gonna have to. Y'all gonna have to rewind the clips and look
He
at what
said it's
KD was doing this year, especially when James Harden left.
You said Curry don't play defense, so I don't know what. I don't even want to watch stuff with you. I don't even want to watch nothing with you because we're gonna be looking at two different things. You
But
said Curry don't play defense.
I said Stephen Curry
So
is the same level of defender that he was. He gives a
but
lot of
Dub,
yes,
exactly,
but
exactly.
he gets
That's
torched
so
by
wrong
majority
on
of
so
people.
many levels. That's so
Yeah, he's
wrong.
not gonna get torched by people, bro. Are you serious?
That's so
Dub, to
wrong.
be
When
fair,
you're looking at
James
the
Harden
Golden State Warriors and all those guys on the same court with each other, you're trying to attack
You're
Stephen Curry.
wrong, bro. You're
No,
wrong.
I'm
But that
attacking
You're
but that
Clay.
doesn't
fucking
say
wrong.
Attacking Clay.
but that doesn't well yeah, we attacking Clay. But even if that's true, that doesn't mean that he's not a good defender or that he's a bad defender. He's just the worst of the five.
That was my point with everything. When I'm looking at the Golden State Warriors, I'm attacking Stephen Curry. Every
You're
single time.
crazy. You're crazy. I'm attacking
Yeah,
Jordan Poole,
Who?
like they said.
and that's
If
also
Jordan
one of the
Poole's there,
reasons.
if
But
Jordan
that's
Poole's there, that's cool.
but that's also one of the reasons they're an elite defense because the person you're attacking is still a good defender.
That's facts.
I just
He's
I don't
a
see
good
it.
Back to
defender.
back to no.
This
Back
year,
to the shit. Back to the shit. Back to the shit.
he
Back to
not
the shit.
letting
No.
it
Back
go.
to
No.
this
No.
He
shit.
No.
not
No.
letting
No.
it
No.
go, yo.
No. 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 No.
Go ahead, JT. Go crazy.
KD's vision is on par with Giannis's.
Giannis isn't this fucking crazy guy, bro. I don't know what you guys are seeing. He's not this
What are
crazy
you
guy.
seeing? KD just got swept.
I think Dub need my glasses.
We're talking about playmaking. We're talking about playmaking. No swept or none of that shit. We're talking about him playmaking.
But you said okay,
Because his
playmaking wise.
his
Who-
vision
KD
is nothing that's fucking damn, bro.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, right?
Oh
If
my
KD's
God.
vision was so great, why didn't he pass the ball to Goran Dragic when he was open?
Bro, when you sit here and talk, let me show you what was happening because they were using their length. They were helping at the same time when KD
They played the now, Dub. Before you start, they played the same defense. They played the exact same defense. Giannis averaged more assists with worse shooters.
CJT, and this is why I say you're being ignorant to the fact on yes, it's the same defense, but in the way in which they're playing defense is wrong. It's wrong. It's not the same. They play defense differently on the Brooklyn Nets compared to the Milwaukee Bucks. You're gonna say that that's not true?
I seen Giannis
That's
dot corners. I seen Giannis dot corners out of the low post. I seen Giannis at the top of the key dot. I seen Giannis playmake all over the floor. It's not about just driving and kicking. It's Giannis
In the post to Brooke
floor.
Lopez in traffic. In
Hold
the post to Brooke Lopez in traffic.
You're
he was
just
diving
using.
them
I've seen
like
that a couple times. I've seen Kevin Durant do that.
velocity-wise.
Hold on, wait. So you're just using right this year's playoffs, correct?
No, I'm using
No,
everything
I'm
I've seen from
saying
Giannis the past
he's-
3-4 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then you're tripping. Then. Because KD's done the same thing. KD's done the same thing.
At what volume? Dub, does volume not matter to you?
And this is why I said what Josh and what he said. I'm fine with somebody saying that. But to sit here and say that the talent level is that crazy, I will never go.
I'm not talking about. No, you said.
I think it's a clear separation in tiers between them as playmakers. I think it's clear. I don't think they stand. I don't think they stand in the same room.
I think Josh hit it on the money. The fact that yes, the volume from Giannis is definitely higher, so that's why he's putting him above. That's cool.
It's not simply volume. It's not simply volume. It's technique. It's the fact that Giannis has better vision. It's the fact that Giannis has better velocity on the ball. It's the fact that Giannis is more accurate with his passes. I seen KD have a 30-point triple-double with 12 assists, and he got blown out. Matter of fact, no, not blown out. I see him do it against Giannis and lose.
We haven't seen that with Giannis where he was getting blown out too. We ain't seen it with Giannis with him losing too.
I'm talking about playmaking. We're talking about playmaking. We're talking about playmaking, right?
But the reasoning on what he's saying to not think I can use the same thing for Giannis.
We seen Giannis go against the exact same defense. We seen Giannis play against the exact same defense.
A 2-hour show is crazy.
Josh, I'm done. He's repeating the same thing. If we keep.
All right, so we about to end the show. Everybody gotta give a nasty take. Everybody gotta give a nasty take, bro.
Please,
come on, Cousins.
Jesus Christ, bro.
What's your nasty take, Cousins? Because Mr. Objective.
I don't even know how much I believe it, but no, I do believe it.
He's a better playmaker than Giannis. Go ahead, that's your nasty take, Doug. We heard it already.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty.
That's disgusting. That's filthy.
You can bro, but
That is filthy, bro.
Your reasonings, bro,
Luke,
is like
my nasty take is
Oh, you don't under. Never mind. I'm not even
my
about to
nasty
use.
take is Luka's a top 5 point guard of all time.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, we live with it. Hey, Doug, what's your nasty take, my boy?
I'm
That
good.
he's a better passer than Giannis.
JT, what's yours?
JT's sick. JT is sick.
Nah. Let Dev get his nasty take off.
Bro, how many more you want me to give? LeBron's top 3, bro.
That's
Huh?
insane. But go ahead, JT.
Zion's gonna be an MVP candidate next year.
What?
Rel,
I
what's your
don't
nasty
think
take,
that's
bro?
nasty.
Nasty take. What I got in the bag today? Um,
What I got in the bag today go crazy.
how do I
Yo,
feel?
Darius is hilarious. Why cousin look so calm? This is war.
Um,
I'm a restaurant manager, man. I'm used to it.
if Curry, if Curry wins, a Finals MVP and a championship this year, he might be better than Magic.
Oh my God, that. uh,
He
That's
might be
not
better
bad.
than Magic.
That's not ridiculous.
Listen,
He might be
listen.
better than Magic.
I don't. Curry could cure cancer at this point. That man ain't being MVP. I mean, top 10
Yo,
all time.
you're a
I
hater,
don't care what he
bro.
does. He could cure
You
cancer.
said
He could bring peace in the Middle East.
He said he can cure cancer.
Yo, I don't listen. This man could find a new animal that has not been found or
yo,
discovered yet. He's still not top 10.
yo. Listen. Anybody that's ever watching Bucket City, if you want to get the hate out your heart, that's the main hating ass nigga right there.
Bro,
People say,
hold on. You came on this
yo,
show talking
bro,
about Mello, and we
yo,
wasn't even talking
bro,
about it. They didn't bring him up or nothing. You was
yo,
talking
bro,
about
Mello.
Mello.
And Melo's a top 10 scorer of all time. But if he cures
Is
cancer,
he top 10?
Melo,
Is he though?
Melo,
I
bro, if
gotta make a
Melo,
list. I gotta make a list.
bro, you just said if Curry cures cancer, he's still, yo, bro, what?
He could resurrect
In
the
his defense,
dinosaurs.
that don't
Bro,
have
they
nothing to
top
do with
10.
basketball. In his defense, that don't
Yo,
have shit to do with basketball.
Close enough.
Bro, I don't care, bro.
It's a great show.
Bro,
Great show. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Tell your friends to watch. If you want to see Dub get this
Curry's
busting,
10 times better than Westbrook.
that's cap. But anyways, if you want to see Dub with his nasty takes, y'all know where to find us. And we're also in Clubhouse. Everybody stay black.
I ain't got a
Shout
damn
out to